daily races. It's something we've tried to do whilst I've been off work, injured. We have been trying to get back into Gran Turismo and do more of the daily races. Sorry, pardon me, excuse me. Daily races that change weekly. I know that makes no sense, but that is the way it works. We haven't really had a chance to do Manufacturers' Cup or the Nations Cup at the minute, but instead we are trying to do a weekly stream of the new daily races, checking them out, seeing what we think. Last week's ones went fairly well-ish. Daily Race A, we really enjoyed, got some really good results. Daily Race B, we struggled. If I remember correctly, Daily Race B, we couldn't do the track. I just couldn't get my head around it. And Daily Race C, we did a couple of races, but found it was just very, what should we say? Very annoying. People were hitting people off with no penalties. So we went back to Daily Race A and really enjoyed it. So this week, hopefully, we can have some better races. We are close to being back to B driver rating. We're just short. I'll have a proper look in a minute at how short we are, but we are very close. So a couple of good results. We could see ourselves back in DRB, which is what we want. I'm just doing the YouTube side, and then we will have a look at this week's races. If you've already had a look at this week's races, let me know what you think to them. Let me know how they're going. The penalty system did annoy us last week in terms of people were hitting people off with no penalty. To some degree, it has been fixed. Like, you're not getting the penalties for the silly moves anymore. But then has it gone to too far to one extreme to the other? That's the problem. And that is the big thing with the penalty system. And it's always been the same way. You're trying to get a mix, the best of both worlds. And unfortunately, they can't seem to get it 100% right. That is the problem. Well, I'm just going to tweet to say what we're doing, and then we'll be cracking on. Right, there we go. All tweeted, all done. So, let us have a look what this week's races entail, shall we? Hopefully, an enjoyable mixture, but only time will tell. Let us have a look. So this week's races, you've got Daily Race A is the N300 specially provided car and the Autodrome Lego Maguire. I've probably pronounced that completely wrong. The Red Bull Ring is Daily Race B Group 4. That's a really good track. I really enjoy that track. Daily Race C is Sardinia Road Track A. Not massively familiar with it. I know bits and pieces of it. I think that's the track I have really struggled with previously. But Red Bull Ring, I really enjoy. This is 4 laps. What is the qualifying times? A 1:36 currently. We could jump in with no practice. Is that a good idea? 4 laps, no practice? Probably not. What we'll do is we'll probably hold off. Red Bull Ring we know well. So we may jump into Daily Race B first. I was going to say what was our current driver rating. Current driver rating, we are 300 driver rating away from back to B. So Red Bull Ring probably looks our best race. Let's have a look at the qualifying rankings to see what people are doing. RCZ smashing it every time. I'm not a fan of the RCZ. But we've got 10 minutes practice. If we're not using the RCZ, I generally use the Audi TT. Front wheel car as well, but I find the Audi TT is better. So we'll go for the Audi TT and see how we get on. That will probably be our fastest time with this car. But again, 300 points off driver rating B, which is where we want to get back to. We had some bad weeks previously. So the aim is to get back to driver rating B. So let's have a look. See how we get on. This is probably out of the 3 races, I would say my best track that I enjoy racing. First corner can be a nightmare depending on how you qualify. But we should be having a look at it and see how we get on. Let's just double check the settings on the car. We're good. Medium tyres. Perfect. No traction control. As always, no traction control. So top times in the world, we're looking to aim for 1:34.7 is the minimum for top 10. So if we go within 3 seconds, which is normally what we aim for, we're looking at 1:37, which is definitely doable on this track. I know this car. Which definitely helps. I know the car, I know the track. All of that helps. I do struggle a little bit on one section of this track. So we do need a decent qualifying time. But like I say, 300 points off driver rating B will make a massive difference to us. I'll be a little bit slow there, could have gone quicker. We've got 10 minutes to try and set a really good time. 1:37 is the minimum we're aiming for. Seem to be outbraking myself. That's something I've got to be aware of. Good afternoon, Keller. How are you? Yeah, I'm definitely outbraking myself, so it's something I'll be aware of and try and fix. Seems to be braking very early. It feels like I'm doing. This lap is going to be a throwaway lap for definite. This feels like I can go faster than I am in some of the corners. So it's something to keep an eye on. Doing side quests on Horizon now, nice. How are you getting on with the main story? .137 was our aim. I think we're going to be just past it. But this means room for improvement, which I think we will. Definitely made a mistake on one corner. So definitely plenty of room for improvement. But it's our first throwaway lap. So we'll do the Audi TT, see how we get on. We may try a different car afterwards. I feel really slow there, like I should be going later on the brakes. You haven't touched the main story. So I'll catch up with the chat in a second. Definitely better through there. And the top times in the world are 1:34s. On the power a little bit too early there. That sent us a little bit into the gravel. Managing to hold it nicely. We got a penalty. That's annoying. We're on to smash our time. That's a little bit annoying. We were on it there. I'm assuming if touching the gravel would have exceeded the limits. But we'll finish the lap and see what we would have got. Story is definitely well made, yeah. So the penny will affect us. I think we'll still improve on our best. And I know we can go quicker. That's the big thing. We know we can do quicker than that. Braking a lot later. That's what I feel as well as going wrong. The early laps. Right, we're gonna... There we go. No need to change gear due to the penalty. We're still ahead. And obviously, like I say, 137 is our aim. We definitely won't hit it this lap. We're so close to getting back to B rated. Being aware not to go on the power too early there. And here as well. Got to time it well. Wait for the opportune time. I'm not the fastest driver in the world by any means. I'm definitely not the best, and I am on controller, which controller can be as quick as pedals. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But you do need to be ultra consistent. So we'll cross the line, beat our best time, but not by much. It gets into 138. There we go, 138. We can do better. 137 is the aim. Weren't as good as our previous first corner there. Definitely weren't as good, but then we won't have the penalty this time, so that will mean we'll be ahead. But a penalty on that best lap so far. I overcooked the corner, went very deep. There we go. So we're ahead of our best time. But we have overcooked. We've done not brilliantly on 2 corners now. So this won't be by any means our best lap. And I've overcooked that corner as well. 3 corners I've got wrong. This lap is definitely not going to our plan. We've got a couple more laps to try and set a decent time. We probably will do a race in the RCZ just to compare it. But like I say, I'm not a fan of it. So that's why I generally don't use it. But we can always have a look at it. And the other one I want to have a look at is the Aston Martin. We've not used the Aston Martin for a while. Okay, so not the best lap from us. We've got 3 minutes of the session left. Possibly 1, maybe 2 laps. I hit the rev limiter there, which didn't help there. And my phone is now going off as well. It's helpful, isn't it? I'll have to call her back in a minute. I know who it is, it's my other half. Braked a little bit early this time. We outbraked ourselves last time, went very deep. We're still behind. I don't think this lap's going to be that good. I don't know. We're catching. If we can make a good end to lap, we can still improve a little bit more. I still am sure we can go a lot quicker than this. This is still not brilliant. Compared to what we've done previously. It's going to be a small improvement, I think. Considering I know this track very well, I feel like I'm really messing up in some of the corners. It's really weird. But race pace is a completely different kettle of fish. Fast in qualifying doesn't mean you've got the race pace. Right, we will improve, I think. There we go. 1:38.6. We'll take that into the first race. It's not the best lap in the world. I will say that straight away. But it's better than nothing. And that's a good banker to start with. And we'll see how far we are from people. It's 1:34 is the time we're aiming, is the top times in the world. Minimum of the top 10. Okay. While we're waiting for the race to start in a minute's time, I just need to bring my other half back. Bear with me 2 seconds. And we'll be back. Right, so with our qualifying time, which I straight away would say wasn't very good, we are in 11th place in this race. We'll gain some driver rating if we can beat the MCX guy, the British guy, because he's a B-rated driver. So to beat a B race will give us some driver rating. A top 10 finish may give us driver rating, which may get us back into B, I don't know for sure. But yeah, we are not looking too bad. 11th place start, and again, our qualifying lap wasn't fantastic. Race pace is a different kettle of fish. Let's see all we can do. 5 laps around the Red Bull Ring in the Audi TT. Right, there's a couple of English guys in here. I don't really recognise many of the names, to be fair. Normally I do. But we are close to getting back to B rated, so that might be why we don't. We've got S rated safety rating, which is what we want to keep. We need 300 driver rating. That's all we need. And then we can start working our way back up to B again. This corner is normally the worst corner at the start of this race. And the second corner is just as bad, to be honest. We're gonna... I wasn't going to make the move there, but I didn't feel I had much choice. I've backed off a little bit. I didn't want him turning into me. I weren't sure if he'd give me the space. But we had the overspeed on him going into the corner, so but I did back out. Bit of argy-bargy going on ahead. We're going to try and take advantage of some of that. There's someone being forced off. We're going to try and take it up the inside. Oh, the Geordie stick got hit there as the other driver came back on track. We're being forced off by the RCZ for some reason. I don't know why he's trying to do that to us. That's just ridiculous. This is the problem with GT Sport at the minute. I've gone down too many gears. That's not going to be helpful. We've gained a couple of positions there, but yeah, just people are so dirty. The RCZ had no reason to try and force us onto the grass there. I don't understand why people act like that. But we're okay, we're up a couple of positions, 2 positions up. My headphones feel really uncomfortable after I put them back on as well. It's really annoying. The no penalties for us. I went a little bit deep into the corner there. That's not good by me. German hits us on his way across. Lost the position. Kind of my fault for the rejoin. We've got the penalty for ignoring track limits as well. That's not good for us. The hit by the German, yeah, our fault. The rejoin wasn't fantastic, but it was very close to us. So we're going to have to take this penalty. We've got a little bit of time to the car behind us, the car that tried to force us off the track. So we may keep our 10th place, depending on how well we do in this corner. Depends what else happens on this corner. I'm not looking for the inside, but I was just avoiding going into the back of anyone. That's why I took that line. Right, our penalty's here. We are going to lose the place. That's the guy that tried to force us off previously. So be aware of him. We know what he's like. Well, I've definitely taken that corner better than I did the first lap. I think we've got the speed on the Italian ahead. I wouldn't say he's faster than us. He heavily brakes into this corner though. Do need to get past him though. Just because I'm not a fan of how he drives. There's a bit of argy-bargy ahead again. The German's just been forced off by the Italian. The Italians aren't doing well in terms of driving on this, it seems. That Italian's just hit the German as well. We're going to go around the inside. Is he going to hit us? He's trying to. There's a lot of argy-bargy from the Italians. Am I right in the Italian flag? I could be completely wrong with the flag. I'm pretty sure there's Italian though. We need to get some space between us and the car behind us. We saw how dirty that he was earlier on. Penalty for a car ahead. That will help us. Currently back into 9th. 2 places up on the start. See what we can do now. I knew he was going to dive the inside. I've tried to give him space. He's still turning into me though, as I try to give him space there. I messed up the corner. I braked too early, to be honest. This is not going to be good. There's going to be issues, I think, here. Too many cars going into the corner in one. He's not giving us any space to turn, and we're forced off the track. I don't know why cars have to act like that. He was not going to give us any space there at all. We've got a car on our inside. 2 cars. We've just been hit off again. No space to give them. This race is definitely not going to help, and we're going to lose driver reign over this. That's not good. This is the only downside of GT Sport, is the drivers. I made some mistakes, I admit, straight away into the corner. I overcooked it by miles. And that caused that issue that probably shouldn't have occurred. I didn't overcook it, I outbraked myself. Braked too heavily, and then tried to take around the outside because I had nowhere else to go, and ended up being forced off. But for the first race, yeah, I enjoy this track. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy this race if people are going to drive like they are at the minute. But we shall see. We'll finish off the race and have a look at our drive range, how much it's going to suffer. We need a better qualifying time, that will help massively. It does seem like there are some dirty drivers this week. I've overcooked that, didn't brake enough. Trying to push it to get back onto these cars ahead of us. We're on for our fastest lap of the race, which says something, on the 4th lap. 1:39.2 was our previous best. It's definitely not been the best race by us, by any means. Penalty for the car ahead of us. I think that's the English guy who got the penalty. And a 1 second penalty for the car ahead. That should help us catch up with these two. We may gain a couple of positions back here due to their penalties. Don't think we're going to gain much more than these 2 positions though, but yeah, as long as we take the next couple of corners well, should gain a couple of positions back. I think it'll be a net loss of 2 overall. It shouldn't be too bad. There's a yellow flag coming up here as well. They're both fighting. That will only help us. Right, they're both taking penalties. We're going to go past them both. And look at him forcing us off there. Why? Can you not look in your mirrors and see a car coming past? You were taking a penalty. You had no way you had the speed on me. Do not understand, people. You kind of got to ignore the dirty driving and just try and concentrate on yourself, don't you? That's the only way around it. Right, we've got the speed on this guy. Although he's back on. We're going to take the tighter line. We had the speed on there. He actually was a really good driver there. He gave us the space, although I think he may have quit, I'm not sure. But he gave us the line. He knew he didn't have the speed on us. And he gave us the track. You know, I should have changed gear. Mistake on me. We're still going to cross the line. Net loss of 1. Some of it our fault. Poor driving on my part. Some of it, not my fault. But, what can you do? We got 1 track penalty. That was my fault for taking the corner wrong. I outbraked myself. But, yeah, some of the drivers, I must admit, were horrendous in that. So a net loss of 1. Unfortunately, that will make us lose drive around. We're close to being back to B. That is going to drop us down probably quite a lot. We'll have a look in a minute. I feel bad. Normally, I'm really good around the track in the Audi TT. So we're going to give it another go in the Audi TT. I feel our qualifying wasn't fantastic. I'm not fussed about talking to anyone. I'm not going to complain in the chat to anyone because he doesn't achieve anything. We've got 7 minutes to try and set a better qualifying. We'll do another race in the Audi TT before we go back. We try the RCZ, which is what the car for the best times in the world is set with. With that, we lost 600 driver rating at that time, which gives us we need about 1,000 driver rating now to get back to B. Kept our SR completely fully S, 99 out of 99. But we need 1,000 driver rating now to get to B. We needed 300 before that race. So not the best start, but let's see what we can do. I know where I'm going wrong. It's fixing that. Obviously, we can't account for dirty drivers. But I need to get my corners spot on if we're going to do any better here. Oh yeah, some of the side quest errands, they're quite simple quests. Keller in chat's talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, just in case anyone is confused. There is no side quests on GT Sport. And they are very quick, yes. Thank you for the likes, by the way, guys, whoever put the likes on there. Thank you very much, I do appreciate it. Right, let's see if we can crack off a good lap. We need to improve on a 1:38.6. We've had a good start to the lap. 6 minutes to try and beat that time. Obviously, we want a 1:37 is the aim. I think the top qualifying time in our last split was a messed up the corner. Was a 1:36. Was our best time the best time in the last split. I don't think we'll be in the same split this time. Which in some ways isn't a bad thing, but I messed up that corner anyway. So this lap isn't going to be fantastic. I've braked a couple of times there. Might still be ahead of our time, but not fantastic. .137.8. I wasn't expecting that. I'll turn the ghost off. I also missed a gear there. I was more amazed we hit the 1:37s. Wasn't expecting 1:37s on that lap. We know we messed up as well. I overcooked the third corner. The aim was a 1:37. I don't know exactly. 1:37 something to be 3 seconds off the top times. But yeah, I massively overcooked the corner. So I wasn't expecting that. Didn't take that as well as we'd taken the first lap. I didn't feel, but we're quicker. So if we can get this right, we can do a really good 1:37. We can get this corner right now. I overcooked it last time, so brake a little bit earlier. See if we can hold it better. That's better. Hold the apex on the acceleration. That was a lot better. Can we hit low? Can we get the 1:36s? 1:36 would be amazing. Depends on these next couple of corners. We need to hit these spot on if we're going to hope to get a 1:36. That'd be a fantastic qualifying time. Will definitely help in our quest to get back to B rated. Went down to second there. May have been a mistake. Yeah, we've lost time again. Went down to second. I probably shouldn't have done. 1:37.5. Can we get down to 1:36? That's the aim. That would put us on a really good starting position in the split. So I will look at chat. I just want to try and finish this lap before I look at chat. Because if we can actually get to this split, this qualifying time, that will really help us get back to B rated. So bear with me, I will catch up on chat in a second. Okay. We're still doing well. I don't know if I outbraked that. Are we going to get this? Yeah, we've held it just. We're going to lose a bit of time there. That will affect this lap time. That's annoying. We were on it then for 1:36. And that will affect the time. And I've probably got on the acceleration a little bit early there. I think we've probably lost the 1:36 in this lap. We should still improve, but not by as much as I wanted to. We have probably got another lap in us before the race. Right, second wasn't the best gear to go down to there, so we stayed. No, we are going to hit the 136s. We improved by a lot. 136.7 now is our best, and we know we didn't do brilliantly in some of the early corners. That is a massive time. So we're about 2 seconds off the top time in the world, which is still a big gap, admittedly, but it's still something we can improve on. Let's see, just do this last lap and then I'll catch up with chat before the race starts. I feel like I can be quicker through there, but that wasn't it. I think we're going to throw the lap away. Yeah, we are. We're already down by nearly half a second. It's not worth carrying on at this point. Right, I will catch up on chat. We've got a couple of minutes for the race starts, but we've smashed our best time to a 136.7. So if we compare that to the best times in the world, a 134, and we're exactly 2 seconds away from the top times in the world. I'll take that. Good afternoon, Kathy. How are you? Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So you following us in Odyssey? Oh wow! You found us when we did the Valhalla Viva raids. Oh, fantastic! Well, I'm glad you like the streams. I'm glad you enjoy them. Good. I'm glad you're good. Ah. Well, this week should be the Astara Festival starting in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so we will be live streaming the Assassin's Creed Astara Festival as soon as it launches, which I'm thinking will be Thursday afternoon. So the plan is to live stream the festival. It's normally about midday UK time the update launches, so we'll have our lunch break as normal during the week, and we'll probably live stream the festival from 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hopefully it downloads in time. It should do. It's quite a big update from what I'm hearing. So yeah, we will be live back with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I've missed. Good afternoon, Chris. Thank you very much. Good luck in this race. Well, if you missed the first race, it didn't go well. Some was my driving, admittedly, and some were we had some pretty poor driving from some Italian drivers, which was a bit annoying. But it happens. You know, this is the problem with GT Sport. They've changed the penalty system, and there's no happy medium. It goes one way or the other. You've just got to try your best. We're aiming to get back to B rated, hopefully today, after a few bad weeks. I'm by far no way the best driver in the world. I fully say I play this for enjoyment more than trying to be the best. You're looking forward to the Valhalla update, Kathy? Yeah, so am I. It's going to be nice to go back. I'm enjoying Odyssey. But I'm looking forward to going back to Valhalla. Oh, you was in it with me, was you? Oh, okay. Which driver were you then? Or were you in the stream? Stream or in the race? Oh, the Geordie stick was you. Ah, okay. Yeah, you got forced off, didn't you? I saw that with the RCZs. There were 2 Italians and RCZs causing quite a few issues from what I saw. Yeah, well, I think we were behind you after the second corner, and the RCZ forced you onto the grass. And you're in this race as well. Ah, so you've qualified in 4th. Oh, welcome. It's quite nice to have someone in the stream who's actually in the same race. I don't have that very often. So you did a 136.6 and we did a 136.7. Oh, very close. They were really, yeah, they were annoying. How far are you, Geordie Stig, off? I'll call you by your real name actually, rather than Geordie Stig, I suppose. Chris, how far are you off B rated then? Are you close? So there's 1 B rated driver, 2 B rated drivers, which means they're very low B. So if we can finish above them, there should be some driver rating. We need the top 3 finish to guarantee driver rating. And we need 1,000 driver rating. Our best qualifying time we did it previously was actually not bad. We're half a second off the top time. And we're in the Audi TT. You don't know? Oh, okay. There's an app you can use that tells you how close you are. That's how I know how many points are away. But yeah, good to meet you, Chris. Good luck in the race. Good afternoon, Super Colby. How are you? This is GT Sport, Gran Turismo Sport. I've been doing it on and off since I started streaming. When I first started making YouTube videos, they were all GT Sport. I raced quite a bit in it, and I was spending my spare time making the odd video for it, and that's how I started YouTube, was the Gran Turismo Sport. Right, here we go. Can we do better last time? Please let there be less. Same to you, no worries. Can there be less dirty drivers in this race, please? That would be the nicest thing. But we've got to rely on ourselves. I know where I've gone wrong. We did a fantastic qualifying. Let's see if we can pick up the 1,000 drive round we need to get back to P. And off we go. You've not seen any Romanian people, have you not? I don't know the flag, to be honest, so I couldn't tell you if I've seen them. I'm not very good with flags. So you see that RCZ with the French guy there? There is no point overcooking that first corner because you'll just be done under braking. Another French guy on our inside now. He's going to have the inside line for this. Is he going to move across and not look at where we are? It's not been too bad. I'm going to go to the inside mainly because I'm wary of his braking. There we go. I've kind of overcooked that. He turned into me, he didn't leave us any space. We've managed to come out alright. Probably a bit too late on the brakes. I was trying to make sure he couldn't hit us on his way through. I wouldn't say the cleanest by me. But we've held it. Geordie Stig is 2 places ahead. So we've got our start position back, which we lost in the first corner. See if we can hold it. Just seem a cleaner race, bar the RCZ right at the start, who just went hell for leather into the first corner. I think it seems to be a cleaner race, so that is something. Geordie Stig went a little bit wide there, but he's managed to hold it nicely. He's got half a second penalty. That will bring us closer to him. And maybe a chance at a better position for us there. Should have changed gear a little bit sooner. I think that's an Egyptian flag ahead of us in 5th. We are gaining a little bit. Another penalty for Geordie Stig. He's not going to be happy at this point. Oh, we got a big bump off the sleeping policeman there. That definitely affected our speed coming out of the corner. Bit of an argy-bargy ahead, by the sounds of it. The car went onto the grass at one point. I don't know what happened there. Right, we're going to have the overspeed. Is he going to give room? Probably not. Just going to be wary of him turning in now. I've gone down too many gears. I've gone into 1st. I didn't want to do that. Held 5th. So we're still in 5th place. 3rd and 4th ahead. A podium would do us nicely for driver rating. These two are fighting hard. They're touching. They are fighting, which means they're slowing each other up. We just got to buy their time because they're going to cause an issue for each other. We're in no rush to overtake them unless they make a serious mistake. Does mean 1st and 2nd are getting away, which isn't ideal. But I don't want to try push too hard and make a mistake ourselves that costs us a decent finish. Like that. I overcooked the corner. I was concentrating on what they were doing to make sure I didn't go into either of them. Don't think we lost... Yeah, we got a half-second penalty there. Overcooked it. I was too busy looking at what they were doing to avoid them. So that's not good for us. They will take us away from these two. We can get it back. RCZ's gone very wide. He should have a penalty for that, I think, as well. And there's penalties for 2nd. We can still do well out of this race. The car in 6th, Virtua Style, is catching though. How did the guy ahead of us not get a penalty for track limits? Okay, I'm not sure how he managed to get away with that, but he's gone deep again. We've got to take advantage of this. We've got a penalty. Penalties for 1st and 2nd looking at that. So the Spanish guy is going to gain some time back on those. We're losing time to the guy in 5th. We've gained 4th. But we should be okay. I think we'll keep 4th. A bit late on the acceleration there. We need to catch 3rd. So 1st and 2nd both had track limit penalties. It's brought them back, but not enough for us to really take advantage. Spanish guy, I'll mess up the corner again. Cannot seem to be consistent at the minute. I know we're only 2 races in. I'm missing massive consistency. We're losing time to the guy in 3rd now. 4th place finish would still be a net gain of 2, which should be some driver rating back. But a podium would be better. That's where I got the penalty from last time for track limits. Managed to avoid that this time. And another penalty for 2nd place for track limits. He got a 2nd on the car in 5th, so he's out of our slipstream, which is always good. 1:37 is the top time for the race. We're on a 1:38. While they're still making mistakes ahead though, that will help us. They're fighting as well by looks at 1st and 2nd. Seems a bit silly when you got a penalty. 2.7 seconds off 3rd, but the French guy behind us is catching. I'm wary of him doing a diver here. He didn't. I was wondering if he would. Right, we're going down to 2 seconds, just over 2.1 seconds. Car ahead. We need some really good corners now if we're going to try and get anything back to the podium. Currently we are catching though. 2 laps, well 1.5 laps to go. Not the best of taking that corner, but okay. One for our fastest lap of the race for us. Lost a bit of time through them corners, but we're okay. 4th place will still be a decent finish. I'll take the 4th every day. It's a good driver rating bonus for us. Again, a podium is always better. Just under 2 seconds we've got a gain in this lap, so we need a mistake. We need 2nd and 3rd to fight, and us to take advantage. And we just set our best lap of the race. .8. We are gaining ever so slightly. We've got just under a 2nd car behind us. But we need mistakes. That's the problem for us to gain anything right now. And us not to make any. That's the other side of it. One and a half seconds for 3rd place. We took out half a second in 2 corners, but is it enough? Feel like I'm taking that corner wrong. Need to re-look at that corner. Don't think we're going to be close enough to the Spanish guy. Unless he messes up one of these last corners, I don't feel we're going to get it. And we have now got a Frenchman on our tail. Not the same that's been following us all the way through. The RCZ is faster. That's the other side of it. Faster in a straight line. So he will definitely go ahead of us here. We will not catch him in a straight line. There is no way. We're slipstream here. We're going to lose 4th. We'll take 5th though. Which is a shame we lost at the end. The RCZ is quicker in a straight line, so that was always a given. That once he was on a tail, it was going to be very difficult to hold him off. We would take a 5th place, but it's a net gain of 1. A better race. Definitely a better race. If we hadn't had the half-second penalty, who knows? But a better race in terms of driving from us and the other players. Geordie Stig finished in 10th. It's not a bad race at all. GT Sport is known as a racing simulator to a degree. Obviously, if you have a wheel and go cockpit cam, it will be more of a simulator, realistic driving. We're using a controller, that's why we're not going cockpit. I've tried using controller on cockpit cam, but it's just horrendous. It doesn't work with the controller, I don't feel. But yeah, not a bad race. Very good race. We'll just say well done to Geordie Stig. And third is still here. He's gone now. I was going to say to third, well done. But yeah, it's good as far as driving games goes and realism. Okay, we'll probably go back to daily race. I want to try another race. I do, but the track I know fairly well for the M300 Daily Race A, but I'm not keen on the car, and I'm not a massive fan of the road track for Sardinia. So we shall try. Should we try a different car? Let's try the RCZ. This is the car that set the fastest time so far, so we'll give it a go. I'm not a fan of the car. I find getting the power down can be difficult. Under braking is very off. That's not the right word, but that will do me. Right, driver rating. We gained 500 for that 5th place finish, so we're now 500 driver rating off B. We are back to getting close. Thank you for whoever gave the like to the stream. I do appreciate it. Because I don't use the capture card and streaming directly from console. I've got the laptop to read chat. It doesn't tell me who liked the stream. It just tells me I see the number go up. But thank you, whoever that was. So this is the RCZ. Like I say, I'm not a fan, but it is faster than the Audi TT. The only difference is under braking, I don't feel it's as good. I don't know what I've got everything set to. 2 to the front, no traction. Let's see if we can beat our time. But acceleration is definitely a lot better. Straight line speed, the RCZ is hands down best. It's one of the most overpowered cars in the game, people say. I just find its cornering not so good. Took that in second rather than first. It's only better for the RCZ, to be fair. We'll catch up and chat in a second, Super Colby. I know you've said something. Just want to see if I can set a decent lap. I've overcooked it. No, I've held it. I don't think that'll be a very fast time. That's the only problem with GT Sport and having a chat is trying to concentrate on the road and read chat at the same time. I need to move the laptop, I think, to actually position where I can see it whilst driving instead of under turn. That would probably be a better thing. I'll do that after this lap. And if I don't have to turn my head to read the chat, make it a lot easier. Bad positioning on my part. Too many gears. It's knowing the change of gears for this car, because it is so different to the Audi TT. I didn't know you need to go to second there either. So we definitely won't be beating our time. We've got time to try again though. Let me just move the laptop so I can see the chat whilst I'm driving. The thing that looks realistic is when you turn, you're really slowing down the car. Yeah, you have to, otherwise you will not make the corner. There is a lot of realism in the way this drives. Okay, can we beat our best time? 1:36.7. RCZ, like I say, is the best car for this. The top times in the world, which are 1:34.7, is the top 10th time, is in the RCZ. But we'll do one race of it. Like I say, I'm not a fan. Probably overcooked that a little bit there. We've been taking that in second rather than first. The Audi TT we have to do first. Through that corner. That's in second. That wasn't too bad. And it's quicker. It's under braking, this car really suffers. But it's its straight line speed that makes up for it all, that's the thing. That's where it gains a lot of time. Acceleration and straight line speed is so good. So after this race, we'll have a look at some other cars and see what else could be viable. Like I say, I might go to, whenever the RCZ is the best car, my go-to is generally the Audi TT. But we haven't used an Aston Martin in a while, and there's probably a few other cars that are generally quite good here. 1:37.7. We've got time for one more lap now. Can we put in a good one? Can we beat our best time? A little bit slow for the con. We're losing a little bit of time. Take Ghost off. It does get annoying. We need to gain a second. Where did we lose the second? Better first corner. Well, maybe not. Maybe I changed gear too soon there. Maybe second isn't the ideal gear through there. We're losing time currently. Probably a little bit late on the acceleration there. Probably could have gone sooner. We're not going to gain a second to beat our best time as it stands. Some of it's me not knowing the car enough, so I'm not accelerating as much as I probably should do. Sent down too many gears there. Yeah, this will be a throwaway lap. We're not going to gain anything. I just don't seem to be able to use this car to its full potential like a lot of people seem to be able to. Whereas the Audi TT, I can give an RCZ to run for its money. As long as it doesn't have slipstream. As you saw in the last race. But yeah, so we're a second away from the time we set in the Audi TT. Admittedly, I am better in the Audi TT than an RCZ. That is some of it. Oh! Okay, we've just been thrown out. That didn't work, did it? So, we got disconnected from the race in the lobby. So, we can't take part in that lobby. Kind of makes me not want to use the RCZ. So, qualifying time's still a little way away. Do we have a look at this then? We've got 9 minutes to try and set a time in the Clio V6. Let's have a look at Daily Race A then. Again, I know the track. I'm not a massive fan. The Clio V6 is the car everyone is using in the top times. We'll go red. So we'll set a qualifying time and see what we do in Daily Race 8. We might as well have a look at it while we're here. Yeah, sometimes you get disconnected. Luckily it wasn't during a race because then you lose a lot of driver rating. And you never know, it may pick up a decent position here that gives us the B rated back. You can only hope, I suppose. Have you not seen us do this on a previous stream, Super Colby? Yeah, I'm going to know when I know's done it. So time is we're aiming for to 1:37.1 to 1:36.3. That's quite a wide margin. We do need to take traction control off. Although I don't know if it is a grid start. This is going to be so weird in this car. Last time we did this race, I think it was Group 3 cars. Which the speeds you could gain on some of the corners were amazing. This car drifts. It's 4 laps. It's not going to be the fastest race in the world, I can tell you that straight away. There are some tight bends. Being this first one. Whoa, that car does drift. Okay, under braking, this car isn't fantastic. The track's slightly different to when we last raced this track. Something to be aware of. He's drifting like anything, this car. This is the Big Banky Boy, as it's called by other people. Well, we managed to keep it out of the sand, that's something. I wasn't expecting to, I thought for a minute it was going in. This is never going to be the best time in the world, but it's something. It's a benchmark. The car itself, not fantastic to drive. It is all over the place. Might get a track penalty there, a track extension. Can't remember what the best times in the world were now. Went down to me gears. From 136 to 137 I think they were, weren't they? We're miles away from that. This car is horrendous. We'll give it a go. So braking before the cones, as I feel the car would just slide otherwise. Can't accelerate too early because the car just goes. Probably changing gear a little bit early in some of those. You've kind of got to gently turn the car. If you try and turn too much, the back end just goes from behind you. Alright, big banky boy. We did this fairly well last time. I wasn't too worried. We were close to the sand. I think we took it fairly well. You can take this quite deep. You can cut quite a bit of that out. But I think it's more about slow movements on the controller to turn rather than forceful turns for this car. Yeah, if you were coming here for really fast racing action, this car is never going to be it. We are not gaining much on our first lap, are we? I thought we'd gain a lot more. I've changed to my gears. Staying third there. I thought I'd gain a lot more time. Doesn't seem like we are. I'm not looking forward to the race because everyone is just going to be sliding. And if you slide, you're going to go slower. That's the thing with sliding. You don't go quicker by sliding. A little bit better through there. But yeah, our qualifying time is going to be horrendous. Although we're nearly a second up, but it's nowhere near what we should be at. Driving this car though is not good. Lack of grip. Touched the sand a little bit there, but we're okay. Didn't get bogged down in it. Lost a bit of time through there. We could have been quicker. Turned too much through there, so lost time. We shouldn't have done. Just turned too much. It's about gentle turning. Control this car better. The minute you try and turn too much, the car goes. Okay, we're not going into second this time, we're staying third. Gaining a bit of time. We're going to gain a bit of time. Nowhere near what kind of level I'd expect us to be at. 141.4. So 136 to a 137 is the top times. We know we messed up. We just turned a little bit too much on some corners. Right there. Felt better, but we're losing time on our last lap. I can't see us starting high up the grid. This may be a bad move in terms of choice of race for our driver rating. to getting back to B. Because if we do badly, we're going to lose driver rating. So this may be a bad decision, but we'll see. Everyone is on the same boat as us car-wise though. So that's something. So everyone's having the same problems with understeer. See if we can. We're going to beat our time a little bit. Yeah, we're going to beat it by a little bit. 1:41.092. I used to aim between 5 seconds of a top time, and now I'm between 3. 1:41.92, a 1:37.1. What are we? 1:37, 4 seconds away. It's out of where I'd want to be. This race won't be the fastest. It will surely be interesting, but I wouldn't say it'd be the fastest race in the world. I think it's going to be more who can control their car better. It's only 4 laps. We need a decent finish to keep a drive lane going up. That's the big thing. But we'll go back to daily race B afterwards. If anyone would like to suggest a car to try, go ahead. We'll give it a go. If you don't know all the different cars in the game, it's a Group 4 race. Was it Group 4 or Group 3? Group 4. I can't remember what race it was. Group 3 or Group 4, one of the two. But anyway, whatever it is, if you don't know the names of cars, which is fine, give me a make and we'll give it a go. We are starting 11th. That is horrendous. What's my favourite hero in Avengers, by the way? So in Avengers itself, because my favourite hero is obviously Wolverine. But in Avengers, who do I like? I like all of them. Captain America, probably. Thor, though, is good. Iron Man, yeah, I like them all, to be honest. I wouldn't say I have a favourite Avenger. Although Hawkeye I do like as well, a lot more in some ways. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say I have a favourite Avenger. Let's put it that way. But I like all of them. Right, daily race A. Let's see what we can do this time. This will not be a fun race, I guarantee it. This is going to be hard. It is also going to be very, very dirty. Most daily race A's are dirty, I've noticed. But saying that, last week they wasn't. Last week was really good daily race A. This week, the reason I'm checking the rules, it's a grid start. Okay. I don't think we need traction control on. I don't think it's going to be that powerful enough car. Everyone is in the Clio V6. No one is gone for the other car. That's interesting. But our qualifying time is horrendous compared to the others. Someone's left. Yeah, our qualifying time's horrendous. So I want to say our top 10 times should gain us some driver rating. It won't. The B-rated driver's in there, so if we need to finish above, I think that's a Polish flag. I'm rubbish with flags, so tell me I'm wrong. But the SS Lorek 25, I think that's Polish. We need to finish above him to get some driver rating, because his B, so he's above us. I'd say a top 5 is ideally what we need. I don't know how much we're going to lose if we don't. But I'm expecting carnage first 2 corners. Depending how them first 2 corners go, depends on how well we do. If we can stay out of trouble, we can gain out of this massively. But be ready for one of the slowest races you've seen for a while. In the Renault Clio V6. Not a bad little car on roads. In races, not so much. Let's see what happens. Right, we didn't have traction control on. but I don't think it was massively needed. We didn't lose a massive amount on the start. Obviously, braking is now going to come into it here. I'm holding off. If you'll notice, I'm staying well back. The reason for that is I think these two corners are going to be the worst for most people having issues. There we go. So I'm going to try and take advantage where I can. Trying to give him room on the inside there. We've managed to go sideways. I forced him wide a little bit. I was trying to give him room, I just couldn't get the car to turn. Another car's gone off ahead of us, and the one's on the grass there going sideways. So we've gained positions on start. They just hit each other behind us as well, as we went past. Right, we're looking at the inside here. I can get the car to stop. Oh, Polish guy dive bombed the corner then, forced us off. This is what I said would happen in this race. The dive bombs and the forcing people off. I had nowhere to go. We're back down to 9th, but still, I think that's one place up and one start, to be fair. But yeah, that was all down to the Polish side. We've gone too fast into that. Messed up. Lost 9th to the South African. This has not been a good first lap. It started okay. But I did say this daily race A can be like this. Last week's was really good. I really enjoyed last week's. We had a few podiums as well last week. But it's 4 laps, so there will be more carnage yet. It is not over by any means. We can still get this back. South African doing a little jump there over the cone. We can still bring this back and try and get something out of this. We just need to be consistent and clean and let other people make mistakes. I'm taking that corner all wrong, I think, because the car drifts so much through there. Right, we need to catch this guy in 9th now. We are gaining on him. Obviously, we're not going to be forced onto the sand this time, so that's a bonus. I didn't look at gears, I was too busy looking at the map. Didn't take the best of taking it. We have caught up with the South African though. That wasn't the best of taking that corner. I wouldn't say the leader's massively getting away, to be honest. Either. We definitely took that corner a lot better. Got to be aware of him braking now, because I've hit him. I'm going to give him the position back. I've backed off. I hit him there under braking. So I've given him the position back. Although he is all over the place. I should be able to get him on the straight now, I'm hoping. Don't know who's got a better speed. No, we're not going to get him on the straight. But his lines in the corners all over the place. Braking very late. Whereas we brake a lot earlier there. And take the tighter line. It's this corner I feel we're doing wrong. Oh, he's got very wide there. Got to watch out for the rejoin. But we had a lot more speed than he did through there. Right, we're back up to 9th. But we've got just under 5 seconds to the cars ahead. We're not catching, I don't think, unless there's some serious issues for them. So this race will probably damage our driver rating quite severely. Which may have been a mistake, but we've given it a go. We will not be coming back to Daily Race A after this race. It's nowhere near as much as fun or as good as last week's, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we probably wouldn't be as low as we are if we hadn't been dive bombed into the sand. But these things happen, there's no point complaining about it, as that is the way GT Sport is nowadays. So rather than complain, we just carry on. hope for others to have the same thing happen to them. We're not really catching the cars ahead either. They've gained a little bit of time. It's just over 5 seconds now. And the South African is just under a second behind. So the last lap, if anything's going to go wrong for other cars, it is now. Because people will now see it's towards the end of the race. I've overcooked the corner. And make their moves. We've got Matty Lee right on our tail. We're going to try and hold him off. We've already given it, slowed down for him because we hit him earlier. There is no slowing down now. We're going to try and gap him. We have, by looks of 1.5 seconds. He's made a mistake by looks of things. So we've gained a bit on him. 2 seconds, I think we're clear. We're 7 seconds. The car's ahead though. It's dropping again. I think someone's gone off ahead. There's been a mistake. That time was dropping rapidly for a second. Not enough, though, I don't think, to help us. The German must have had an incident. I think someone must have hit him, caused him to go off, because... or he misjudged a corner. I'm saying it's other people's fault. Could have just been his own. A lot better through there, though. We did well there. But I think we're going to finish in 9th, unless we seriously mess up this last corner. I think that's a 9th place finish, which isn't that good. We could have done a lot better. But we're not coming back to daily race A. As that is a horrendous race. It isn't fun to drive, in the slightest. And there we are, 9th place. You're going to throw the hammer and start firing the fist when you get avenged. One, call it back and hit him on the way back in. Right, 9th place. We gained 1 position from start. We'll still lose driver rating. That's a guaranteed. We didn't lose anything else bar a bit of driver rating. I just want to see if Matty Lee's going to say something to us. He might not. If he says we're dirty, I'll be annoyed. Oh no, he's reported speed ever 2000. There was a guy who won it. He's reported him. I want to say thank you to Matty Lee. Because I felt me and him had a decent battle towards the end. I was happy with him. It's always nice in the end races to say thank you to people, I find. See you again, there you go. I don't see the problem. Why do people spend the chat having a go at people? There's no point. Be nice. Okay, we've got a couple of minutes before we can join the daily race B. What do people think towards car to do? Is there a car manufacturer people would like to give a go? I need to check how far off we are. How much driver rating did we lose that last race as well, I don't know. But yeah, name a driver, a manufacturer, and we'll have a look, see if we've got a car, and we'll give it a go. I'm quite happy with any, to be honest. Oh, we lost 400. So now we need 900 driver rating to get back to B. It's doable. Definitely doable. We'll have 15 minutes of qualifying time before the race starts. So, anyone, any car manufacturer people would like to see in daily race B? I can actually show you. So we've got the RCZ, and you've got the Audi TT, you've got the Volkswagen Sirocco, the Subaru WRX, guarantee won't be very good. The McLaren 650S, or 650S, Ferrari Italia, the Bugatti Veyron, the Huracan, the Corvette, Lancer, the Viper, GT by Citroen, V8 Vantage. What do people fancy? You want the Lamborghini? You love the Lamborghini, don't you? So we're looking at the Lamborghini Huracan. Haven't used this car in a long time. Or, well, yeah, we'll do the Lamborghini Huracan. That's fine. I know what it's like. It's going to take some practice to get used to it. The Lamborghini can be very difficult in braking zones. If you can control it, you can do really well. It's a very fast car. It can give an RCZ run for its money in straight line speed. You've just got to be able to control it under braking. At least I position chat better. I can actually see chat while I'm racing or something. Right, so we've got a couple of minutes. I'm impressed with our lap. Our lap time is pretty good. I'm happy with that. Obviously, I'd like to improve it. 1:36.7. 2 seconds off the top times. I still feel we can go better. The RCZ was about a second off, but I was struggling with the RCZ. What we will have a quick look at while we're waiting. Just have a look at this. This is the Daily Race C. I'm not a fan of the Sardinia road track at all, but I just wanted to have a look at the time, qualifying time. So basically, got done a 1:38.8. A 1:38.5 to 1:38.1. McLaren seems to be the best car for that. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the track. It's this corner here and this corner up here that I struggle with massively. Them two corners. I'm happy with Red Bull Ring. 3 seconds. We'll try the Lamborghini and see what we do in this race. So we're going to go for the red Lamborghini Huracan. I haven't used a Lamborghini in a while. I think my car that I've won most races with, and we haven't won many, but the one I've won the most races with, struggling with words, is the Aston Martin. Aston Martin DB9, I think, has my most wins in it. Mainly because that's the car I used a lot at the start. I never really used to change car very much. Right, Lamborghini time. This car is lovely. Well, I used to use it a lot. Like I say, my issue with it now, we need brake balance to the back, because I know exactly what's going to happen with this. We've got qualifying time before the race starts to see if we can better move fast lap. Feels really stable compared to what I remember, which is really unusual. It actually feels a lot more stable than I remember. They used to be horrendous, but it could be the track, it could be the conditions, tyres. Okay, I braked too early. I was just testing the limits of braking. I didn't want to brake too late, so we can brake a bit later. So I can probably go back to my old braking marker that we used in the Audi TT. I wasn't sure how well the brakes would do. They didn't seem too bad though. It's not a bad car so far. I'm happy with the lap so far. There's definitely room for improvement as we get used to the car. But it's nowhere near as unstable as it used to be. I don't know if there's been an update for the Lambos. But yeah, it's nowhere near as unstable as it was. It's actually a really nice car to drive. Okay, we know the lap wasn't fantastic, so that's what we've got to try and beat now. 1:39.4. Can we get close to our best? Didn't go down. I should have gone down to second. Well, should I? We're gaining time on that first corner, and we stayed in third. I'd normally go to second there. That was faster through there, but it's saying we're losing a little bit of time. Not by much. Stayed in second as well, didn't go down to first. Not as good as the first lap. The first corner we gained a decent amount of time on. Everything else we've lost time on. We're still up. We're losing time to that first lap in every corner bar the first. We're going to be up by a second. Still puts us just under 2 seconds off our best. So we're obviously in the wrong gears in some corners. Right, weren't as good as the last lap. Could be the way I'm changing gear as well. Maybe I need to change earlier, because sometimes some of the cars you need to change up earlier. And it could be that I'm not going down the first stair, it's losing us a little bit of time. We haven't really been hitting the apex here either. I've messed up the corner. Just couldn't get it to turn. So a throwaway lap here. Definitely taking some getting used to. The car is lovely and smooth compared to what I was expecting. But the braking zones and the gears are different, and that's the one thing you've got to get used to. We'll try changing gear earlier, see if that helps the overall speed. Right, throwaway lap done. Let's see if we can do better. Like I said, we'll try and change gear a little bit earlier each time, see if that helps overall speed. No guarantee it will, it's just finding the car and how it works and getting used to that. So this car was Keller's choice for this race, and like I say, not a bad choice. Definitely not a bad choice. Better through there, so first gear is definitely the correct gear through there. Maybe changing gear early isn't helpful, because we're gaining and losing. Feel we need to brake earlier there, as we're struggling to make the bend. Better through there. Yeah, I don't think changing gear early is helping. Maximising gear I think is better. Lost a bit of time on them final corners. We're still nowhere near the best time we set. But I think a lot of that is down to me, more than the car. We lost a quarter of a second going through that first corner. We were better through the second corner. Now we need to make it up on the others. Braking a little bit early, we struggled to make the apex in, we missed the apex again. Took the corner a little bit better, but still missing the apex through there, so things seems to be an earlier braking point through there. So we're making some gains in some corners, but then losses in others. That's the thing with changing cars. You do need to get used to a different car each time to change. And they all have their goods and bad points. A little bit late on the acceleration there. Close to a second lap. Still not brilliant though. We're kind of struggling to get a decent time in with the Lamborghini. Kind of worrying for the race, considering we're trying to push to beat. Definitely a better corner there. A lot better corner. Kind of wonder if the first corner we need to be in first gear, which I didn't think you'd have to be. It seems to have a lot more torque in first gear. Right. We actually hit the apex this time. A little bit late on the acceleration there, but we hit the apex. So I think I know where the braking point is now, which is what we needed. We had a bit of a slide round there, which I didn't want to do. We might get a track limit penalty as well now. Yeah, completely messed up the end of this lap. Just got on the acceleration a little bit early. There we go, there's a track limit penalty. I knew that was coming. Okay, we're going to try first gear on the first corner. We're about, I think our racing pace in the Audi TT. Definitely don't go to first gear. Definitely not go there. Our race pace in the Audi TT was about a 137. So depending on what our race pace is with the Lamborghini, we're probably a couple of seconds away from that. Which means the chance of a good race is going to be small, but we shall see. You never know what's going to happen to anyone else. The difficulties they may have in race. Right, this lap obviously won't be very good, we've served a penalty. We've got 4 minutes till the race starts. Struggling with the Lamborghini in that corner. Just can't seem to get it right. Better end of the lap, but yeah, we're just struggling with one corner in particular. I just can't seem to get right in this car. Right, see if we can get a proper hot lap in now to see if we can compete. Obviously we learnt. First gear there is not good, so we won't do first. Stayed in second. Better through there. Gain some time. And he's still going a lot more to actually be competing with the Audi. And this corner is my nemesis currently in this car. Just can't see the car to turn enough. Not too bad that time. Not as good as we have done it. And all that time made up on that first corner we've now lost. Took that better though, we're gaining some time again. May have overcooked that. If I don't get a penalty, I'll be very surprised. Yeah, there we go. I knew I'd overcooked it. Right, so the best lap we can manage is the 38.3 with the Lamborghini, which is poor compared to the Audi. But we're going to go into the race. You never know what's going to happen. We'll see what we can gain in the race. Thank you for the newest subscriber, by the way. I noticed my subscribers have gone up. Thank you very much. Up to 95 subscribers, which I'm amazed at. Completely amazed. Massively appreciated. If anyone has any choice of car after this, we won't have as long to practice between races and daily race B anymore. Because it's only because we were kicked out of the other race before we loaded in the lobby that we had time. So we'll have about 9 minutes between races to practice. So if anyone else would like to think of a car they'd like to use for the race after this one, go ahead. Obviously, I am trying to get back to B, so I do need to get some good results. But I'm happy to change cars. Viper's good. I don't think that is the Hellcat shot. I don't know if I've got the Hellcat. We'll have a look. But I've definitely got the Viper. The Viper's not a bad car, to be honest. But we'll give the Viper a go at next then. That's absolutely fine. I haven't used it often. We'll give it a go. A lot of people that I know stream GT Sport or play the game in general don't change car very often. If they hit a race like this, they'll stick with the same car because consistency with the same car will do them better in the long run. Whereas I'm quite happy. I like changing cars, seeing what can compete. We know the RCZ is the fastest car in this race. So it's what else can compete? What can give it a run for its money? The Audi TT is a good car. Whether it's good enough, I don't know. So other people in this race got this 650S, the Audi TT, the RCZ, obviously the F-Type, and that's it. It's all RCZs. My favourite car. See, I started off using the Lamborghinis and the Aston Martins, and Aston Martin DB9 did me really well in this to start with. My favourite car of all time has always been the Lamborghini Huracan. I'm more of a motorbike man than a car person, to be honest. But yeah, a Lamborghini Huracan has been probably one of my favourite cars of all time. In and out of the game. But yeah, this will be a hard race. We know we need points. So a top 5 would give us some. A podium would definitely give us driver rating. There's a couple of B-rated drivers in 7th, 8th and 9th. The Polish guy, SS Lorek, 25, he was the guy that forced us into the sand in Daily Race A. So be aware he dive bombs. We know he does. We've got to be aware of him coming from behind. They are all in RCZs, aren't they? Oh, he's in the F-Type. No, he's not. They're all in RCZs. We should compete on speed, in theory. But I don't know. So yeah, Virtual Style as well. We had him in the last race. We beat him in the last Daily Race B race we did in the Audi TT. He was behind us. He finished 2 places behind. When we finished 5th, he finished 7th, I think. There's a couple of ones we've seen previously. When you generally settle into a split, you find you're racing the same drivers quite a bit, which is good because you know how they drive. Virtual Style wasn't a bad driver. The other guy, the Polish guy, was. That's the one to watch out for. Love the sound. Right, let's go. Let's see what we can do. What can we do this time? We need a good finish. Podium would be nice. Speed is off the line is very good. Look at that. We're already up on the back of Virtual Style. Probably I braked myself. I braked too early there. I didn't allow for the fact we were going slower into the first corner. So we lost the position to the Spanish guy. That's my fault for braking too early. Start of a race, I always forget that you're going slower Mistake I make too many times. Right, we need to stay in this slip. So if we can stay in the slip, we should be okay to catch back up. We've got a bit of a gap to the cars behind. People can still make mistakes. Maybe I should have gone down again a second there. Felt was a little bit slow through there. On the brakes a little bit too long into there as well. I think the French guy, Virtuous Style's gone all wrong somewhere. He's very slow. The Spanish guy goes past him. He's gone really slow there for some reason. Okay, we're going to be down net loss of 1 after the first lap. We're okay. We're just outside a slip, but the car behind us is catching. And I think they've now got slipstream. Which isn't good for us. Yeah, he's got a slipstream. We need to try and break that slipstream if we can. And we need to try and get onto Virtual Style slipstream to get back onto him now. Oh, we've just been hit from behind. Spanish guy behind us gave us a little love tap from behind. We're in the braking zone. You know people are braking in the braking zone. Why hit him from behind? I wouldn't say he was slowing down enough for the corner. He's got a penalty for it. He misjudged that corner completely. Would be my suggestion. I don't think he did it on purpose. I think he misjudged the speed. I would have suggested. And he's heavily braked into there. Far too much. Put us under a bit of pressure from behind as well now. Yeah, we've got a lot of pressure on us now from behind. And he is holding us up. A bit wayward there on the curbs. We've got half a second penalty for that curbs. That's not good for us. And I've overcooked the corner. We may get another penalty there. And maybe a second. Don't know. Yep, there we go. Overcooked the corner. So mistakes from me. Not so good. But the car next to us also has a penalty. I'm going to let him go. We've got a bigger penalty, so there's no point fighting him. He was always going to get out of his penalty before us. The Spanish guy who hit us originally, he is behind us. He is no longer got a penalty. He served his penalty. Obviously, last time he did hit us here, he's gone inside. I'm not fighting him because we've got a penalty. If he's racing properly, he will just leave us. He knows we've got a penalty. There we go. Penalty served. He's going to go past us. There we go. 2 places lost. We're net loss of 4 so far. It's not been the best race. Went down too many gears. I'm in first. I don't want to be in first gear. German on a inside. So we have the inside line for the corner. We could try and hang it around the outside. But yeah, this is not a good race for us by any means. There is some fighting going on ahead there. 2 RCZs coming together. That will gain us 2 places. They force each other off or give each other penalties. We can only hope. Got to be aware not to keep an eye on what other people are doing as much. Concentrate on my own race. But yeah, I'm hoping they mess each other up. There's a lot of argy-bargy going on there. Car is gaining on the out behind us there. It's an RCZ again, quicker. Come on, you've got to give space to turn as well. It's a lack of driving etiquette. Even on the outside, you're given no space. They want to force you off track. Right, there we go. Can we gain anything back from this race? We're going to lose driver rating, but it's one of those things. If we lose driver rating, it means we'll change the people we're against. So it's not a bad thing in some respects. The Polish guy who was dirty in that daily race A is behind us, but I think he seems to have kept his nose clean, to be fair. Whereas the cars ahead of us, not so much. Pit Laber's just been forced off. We got that a little bit wrong. We got a little bit of the gravel there. We've gained a position due to Pit Laber being forced off. Our driving in the Lamborghini has not been brilliant at all. By any means. Our lap time is what, 4 seconds? Our best time is 4 seconds off the top time in this race. Yeah, we've not been quick at all. So the Lamborghini cannot compete in this race, let's put it that way. We know that now. Right, we've still got a chance to gain a couple of positions here. I don't know if we will. There's a penalty for a car ahead. These two are fighting. This is the Polish guy. Remember, he was dirty last time in Daily Race 8. Doesn't mean he will be again. But we know we've had dealings with him previously. We got a better first corner, I think, there. I'll jump behind for the slip. Although, if you notice the slip, we're not really gaining. I may have a little look under braking here, depending how early he brakes. I generally go to the inside, and again, no one looks. That's the problem with that corner. I didn't go for a move. All I did was go for the inside to avoid contact, but no one looks at where cars are coming from. That's the problem. You could say that was my fault, instead of just staying behind him. And there we go. Pump from behind. That's what people do. And he's got a 3-second penalty for that. He didn't gain anything from that. I didn't make a move. I went to avoid his braking zone, and he didn't look at the inside to see where I was. So there was no space given. But the revenge is always the pump from behind into the gravel. He may even keep his position, to be fair. I don't know if we'll get past him with that penalty. Yeah, I think he'll keep 10th. So the Lamborghini definitely can't compete in this race. And we'll see how much we've lost. So we'll have a look at the Viper next, as Kathy suggested. But poor race for me. Yeah, no excuse, it's just a poor race. There were some incidents, obviously. We could have been a bit higher than we were. We should have been higher than we were. But unfortunately, this is what happens sometimes. We'll have a look at... I'm not going to stay around in chat. I guarantee we'll get abuse from the Polish guy. I'll be very surprised if we don't. We have kept safety rating S, which is good. He lost his because he's punt. Where was the other guy? Virtue Style finished 4th. He did well. Okay, let's go and have a look at the next race. We will lose a little bit of driver range, so we'll change the split probably. We've got 7 minutes. We're going to have a look at the Viper. There we go. Again, I don't use the Viper very much, so we will have to just check that I haven't got traction control on. Just because the cars you don't use start with traction control on when you first buy them. We lost about 300, 400 driver rating. We need to get some positions back. We may have to just jump back in the Audi TT for a few races if we're going to try and get back to daily driver rating B this stream. The aim of this stream was to finish around 4 o'clock, so that gives us an hour and 15 minutes. So we're looking at about 3 to 4 races to try and get to B rated, which was the aim at the start of this. Their safety rating hasn't changed. We've stuck to 99 the whole way through. 99 out of 99. There we go. So I've not used this car before then. I can tell that because the traction control is where it is. So we'll have a look at this and see how we do. Yeah, we now need 1300. driver rating to get to back to B. Let's see how we do with this. See, a lot of people as well won't try out other cars. What they'll do is they'll look at the top cars, top times, what cars are being used for that, which is the RCZ, and they'll stick with that. Or they'll go to their go-to favourite. One of them is there's always a chance something else is just as good. But because people don't experiment, they don't know. Whereas I tend to try and use other cars for the best. So far, not a bad handling car. Like I say, we haven't really used it. It's got its first mile on the clock now, this Viper. Probably outbraked myself there. Probably could have gone more. Okay, got to be wary of the back end going there on this second corner, especially if you accelerate too heavy. Seemed to turn around that corner there. We hit the apex. I was a bit hesitant on the acceleration, but I think it definitely turned better than the Lamborghini. It's not a bad looking little car, to be fair to Viper. I feel it's quick. I don't know how quick, but it feels good. Handling is very good. Braking, not really au fait enough to say. Acceleration can be a bit tricky. Does like to wheel spin a little bit. Yeah, that's not good under braking. See what kind of time we set. Obviously this won't be brilliant, but we'll see where we're at. 1:37.9, that's not too bad compared to what we were setting with the Lambo the first go round. Remember, we haven't got many laps to get used to this car, so that's something we've got to think about. That wasn't good first corner. That was a poor first corner. Too high a gear. 4.5 minutes till the race, so we've got 4.5 minutes, which is what, 2 to 3 laps to try and get au fait with the car. Better second corner. Yeah, didn't slide as much. Kind of caught it. Knew what was going to happen, so we kind of judged it better. That's important. The big slide at the end cost us a lot of time. So that's what we've got to be aware of. A little bit hesitant around there. I pressed the brake a little bit. I didn't press it, didn't fully do it. I was just touching it just to be sure we made it round the corner. Whereas I probably could have let it go a little bit more. But so far so good. Very good choice, Cathy. Very good choice. The car is not bad at all. I think we're closer to probably the racing speed than we were in the Lambo. So I'm very surprised at. Okay, not the best end to the lap there. We're not going to gain anything on our first lap. But then we messed up the first corner, didn't we? Alright, let's see if we can get a decent lap in now. Not fantastic. Little bit of oversteer there. We caught it nicely. Bit quicker through that corner, only a little bit. I feel this car is better around this corner than the Lambo was. You can kind of leave a little bit more speed going in than we could with the Lamborghini. I know it will turn. The Lamborghini didn't turn as easily as this does, which means you can give a little bit more speed when you go into the corners, because you know it's still going to turn enough to get round. I'm up on our previous best. Not by much. It's an improvement, and we've got one more lap in us before the race. This corner's the one that this car struggles with, it seems. a little bit too slidey, which is where we're going to lose time. Then final 2 corners, it seems to need to brake a lot more. We're just under a second to our Audi TT time. This is our final lap, final chance to put in a decent lap before we start the race. Better through the first corner, not fantastic, but better. We've got 900ths of a second to try and make up if we're going to set a new fastest lap. I don't think this car's going to do it, but I think it's going to be not too bad. Lost a little bit of time in that corner. It wasn't as good as last lap. Most of the time is lost in the last 2 in this car, it seems. That's where we need to improve. Gain time through there. So I'd probably say that's probably one of my worst corners. Not really gaining or losing in time massively at this point. Fairly even at best. Messed up the last corner. So not the best. 1:37.6 is our best with this car. Which is just under a second off the Audi TT time. You're level 31 in Horizon, nice. You're actually playing the online mode. I didn't know Ghost of Tsushima had an online mode, to be fair. Okay, so some of these names will be new. I think most of them are new, to be fair. Mainly because we've dropped down a little bit of the split, because we've dropped driver rating. So we're now in with new people. We're in the Viper. There's an Audi TT, an F-Type, or a couple of Audis. There's an 86. Pardon me, I apologise. And some RCZs. And there's a Huracan. There's another Huracan. Good luck with that one. The Huracans are slow. I don't know why in this race. It's better controlled than I was expecting, but slow generally. We've kind of lost the Geordie Stig, haven't we? We were in the same split. We need to try and get back to his split, really. We've kind of had some up and down races. We'll see how this race goes. We may have to go back to the Audi TT because it's really the only car that can compete with the RCZ. And for the last 2 or 3 races of the stream, the aim is to finish around 4 o'clock. If we go to our fastest, we've got a chance. That is the big thing. If we can get to that kind of stage, we should be okay, driver rating wise. So yeah, we'll see how this race goes with the car. We'll probably go back to, for the last 2 or 3 races, the Audi TT, as I feel more comfortable in that car. So far, my verdicts on daily races. Daily race A is horrendous, and not for the other drivers, although we had some issues. It's more horrendous just for the car itself. The Renault Clio is horrendous on them tyres. It just slides, and it's not a fun race. Daily race B is good, but the penalty system has changed to the point that people are taking the mickey, which is going to happen. It's one of the badass things we play. Nice. We do need to go on to Ghost of Tsushima at some point. We've got enough games on the go at the minute, though, not to worry too much about Ghost of Tsushima. Right, where can we finish? 4 RCZs ahead of us. Will beat us hands down on straight line speed. So we need a stay and slip. Starting 5th. We need a podium. That will give us the best boost of drive run we can get. I need to remember, first corner, we're not going as quick as normal. So we can brake a little bit later. That's the big thing. Right, off we go. Let's see what we can achieve. Well, we don't need to brake as early. Probably changed gear a little bit too soon there, but we're okay. There is a car on our tail. I think he's in an RCZ as well. He is indeed. But I'm going to go to defensive and stay defensive. So I'm going to have the inside for this corner. He needs to give me space though. This is the question. Guarantee he won't. Because I've got the inside, he needs to give space. If you're racing fairly, you need to go wide, because if someone's got the inside, that's what you've got to do. Right, we're still in 5th. He's still on our tail. We need to judge this well. He's gone for a little move on the inside. We've managed to defend it well. Stayed in 5th. It's a nice little battle between us and the Cyber Nomad. He's definitely driving clean, so that's something. He's tried a couple of different moves, but he's driving clean, and that's important. Means we cannot worry too much about him just ramming us from behind. Penalty for car ahead, so that's a track limit penalty. We're not really losing time to the cars, we're not really gaining though either. RCZ took that very deep. Nearly hit us then. Cyber Nomad. I really thought he was going to take the back end out. I assume that was him. I don't know actually. He might not have been. Looking at that. Nope. You see that's twice with just missed being taken out there. 2 cars behind us decided to try and go hell for leather on that first corner. We may get a penalty for avoiding that. Just saw him in the radar. That's why I managed to avoid it. Didn't take that very well at all. That corner was horrendous. We have caught up with the cars ahead though. There was a penalty for one of them. Still in 5th. We're doing well. I'm just wary of twice someone's tried to do big boy lunges. I've missed the corner up. That will affect us. Time wise. We messed that corner massively. We're going to have 2 cars on our tail I think now. Platin on. I think's tried the big boy lunge a couple of times. Yeah, look at this. I've gave him room. I've tried to give him as much room as I can. We're ahead. I'm not forcing him off, I just didn't move my line. I'm not yielding when I'm ahead there. He needed to yield. After his little lunge at the corner. Tell me if you think that's dirty. I don't think that was. I kept my line straight. We were ahead, and we had no reason to yield to him. Another lunge. Look, no room given, so we can't turn. Why? Why drive like that? There's no one behind us. You could have taken us on the straight just for staying nicely behind. There was no reason. Right, down in the 6th, we're net loss of 1. I don't think he's going to catch the cars ahead. I think they're too far ahead. Him battling with me has slowed us both down. Sniper Lion is 1.7 seconds away behind. 2 laps to go, or 2.5 roughly. We just need some nice consistent laps. This car is very... not fantastic on brakes. I know that was kind of the wrong way of saying a sentence, but yeah, not good on brakes. Just I don't have the trust in it under braking. But I feel like sometimes it's not going to stop, which isn't a good thing. You kind of want to trust that your car is going to stop when you brake, don't you? We're not doing too bad. We're not losing time massively to the car behind, so we're staying where we are, which is nice. Just doesn't want to brake enough. And every time you slide, you lose time. Just for some reason, the car does not want to slow down. Super Lion, I don't know if it's him who's got a penalty. Someone behind us has got a penalty, and someone ahead. Someone ahead, I think, I just saw I had a penalty. That's something. 2 laps to go. We're in 6th. A net loss of 1. I wouldn't say the best race for us. But we just don't have the speed that everyone else seems to have. And it could be a car. I can't take as much speed into a corner because I don't trust the braking enough. I don't want to blame the car. But I think for the last few races we go back to the Audi TT and see how we do. I feel we can do well in the Audi. Not the best corner again there. It's going to be a clean race, I would have said, although we've been knocked a few times. Poor corner with me. Oh, Spanish guy ahead. Platin on. He's got a penalty. Track limits. Pushing it a little bit too much. The thing is, I don't think he's going to catch the cars ahead. So he could back off. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near close enough. There's a massive gap between him and fourth. But he's obviously overcooked into a corner somewhere. Got himself penalty. He will bring it back to us. He's 3.3 seconds ahead of us. So he's clear. Even that penalty is not going to be enough to bring him back to us. And we have got to be a bit wary of the Cyber Nomad. He is catching us. Although he's not now. I think we may have just gone out slip. Just. Came off the brakes too early. Just trying to see if we could take a bit more into the corner. If we can carry this through and be consistent now towards the end of the race, we could probably keep 6th. I'm wary of them dive bombing behind, just to gain a couple of positions. It's the last lap. Most people, this is when they're going to go hell for leather. Put a few Hail Marys in there if they can, just to see if they can gain anything. Still a net loss of 1 for us. But then overall not too bad. I don't know whether we'll gain driver rating. We're on for our fastest lap of the race as well, which I'm surprised by. We are out of slipstream range, that's something. 138.7 is our best of this race, which is poor compared to our racing speed in the Audi. As this race has gone on, I feel we've got more favour with the car though. And another penalty for the car ahead. It's not enough, we're not going to gain anything from that. It's corner cutting is wise what the penalty is. A 137.6 was our best with the Viper, which wasn't bad. The race pace was so far behind the RCZs. The Audi TT is the only car I feel that can compete. So we're going to go back for the Audi TT for a couple of races to see what we can do driver rating wise. But yeah, we just can't compete with the RCZs, and I don't like driving the RCZs. No worries for trying out. I've always liked to try different cars. I very rarely use the OP car of a track, because for me that's boring. Yes, I could be a lot higher up driver rating wise, but where's the fun? I like to try out cars to see, can they compete? You know, the Lamborghini, no race pace. There's no point. The Viper struggled so much under braking. And yeah, we probably would have been one place higher if Platinon hadn't decided to force his way through, but he's an RCZ. On the straights, we wouldn't have kept up. There was no way we would have kept up with him. So even if he hadn't forced his way through, he still would have taken the position. But yeah, I'm always up for trying new cars because it's the only way you see what's better. It's like the Sirocco. Should we give the Sirocco a go? Although if you look at the brake horsepower, 345, 358, 493. We haven't used the Sirocco much. Let's give the Sirocco a go. It's a car I've not really used. It may really struggle for race pace, admittedly. I've never really used it. We used it once last week. You can't wait to play the Avengers Callaway. Not long to go before you can. If it's coming tomorrow, we will probably have a look at streaming it tomorrow afternoon, depending on, I'm still trying to find out about Valhalla. I don't think he'll come tomorrow. I think the update will be Thursday, but just in case, I'm being a bit aware of what we're streaming and when. Give the Sirocco, is that a yes to give the Sirocco a go, Kathy? Okay, I don't know why I've got the brake balance so far to the rear. We've got a couple of laps to see if we can get any good. You played the Lego Marvel Avengers game. I don't think I have played them a long time ago, but with my little boy. Well, not my little boy, my stepson. When he was younger, we played them, the Lego Avengers games, and they weren't. I'm not a fan. I don't know why, I just couldn't get into them. It's not, I don't know, realistic enough, I think. That sounds so bad, saying realistic enough for Avengers, but you know what I mean. You heard Thursday as well, Valor. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to think. I'm not planning too far ahead with the streaming schedule this week. I'm trying to hold off confirming exactly what we're doing, just because I don't know exactly when it's coming. And I don't want to say, yeah, we're doing this on this day, and then it drops, and like, no, we're changing. But I'm thinking Thursday afternoon. It's been its normal time frame, which would make me think that's when it's going to happen. Right, I'm struggling a little bit with this car, mainly because I need to get used to its braking points. Gears, I'm overcooking the gears, I'm over-revving it a lot, which means I'm changing down too much into some areas. Like there, normally I'd be massively in third there. I'm going to hit the curb. There we go, I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, I seem to have to stay in fourth a lot more than third. We are track limit anyway. Okay, what we do? We haven't got much time before the race starts, and I need to use the car. So restarting is always a good way to avoid the penalty. Gives you an extra lap. Yeah, it feels that third isn't the ideal gear. Whereas most cars you're in third, I think I've overtook the corner. There you go. We'll just go back. Too childish for you. Yeah, this is it. I get why they've done it, and they've done it with a lot of them. Like Jurassic Park have got Lego games as well. I know they are. A lot of people find them enjoyable. I don't know. I just never. Maybe giving them a go now I may do. But when my little boy's older, we'll probably go again and give them another try. But as it stands, no. I feel like I need to take first corner in third, which sounds really alien. But this car, low gears, revs really quickly in low gear. So something I need to get used to. We haven't got many laps to get used to this car. I feel we can do this in second. Like I say, revs, look, in second gear, I'm full throttle straight away. Rev limiter through the roof in second gear. Normally you see a lot of people use Sirocco when the RCZ's around. Haven't seen it as much this time. Probably should have accelerated a bit earlier there, but we're okay. It's not a bad car, it's just, don't know, the gearing system is a bit wayward, it feels. But a lot of people love this car, you see it a lot in races. Just very early on the gears. I've overcooked it. I may get a penalty for that. Yeah, there we go. What would this lap have been? I may take the penalty instead of restarting. I can still judge how quick we'll be, so it's not too bad. I don't think we're going to set a better time in this car. I'm not overly worried about beating the Audi. 36.7, okay. You know I say I didn't think we'll be close to beating the Audi time. I could be wrong. Because that was very close. How is that possible? Alright, we cut a bit of a corner, but I don't think it would have affected the lap time. We wouldn't have gained that much out of it. Most time you cut a corner, you lose time. So how have we just gained... We've basically beat our best time in the Sirocco without realising. I don't know how we did that. I was hoping I'd still be able to judge its race pace with this final lap before we start the race. But I feel like I may have it all wrong. This might be a really good car. It might not be. In race. Qualifying pace to race pace are massively different. Okay, I don't think we need to go down to third here. I think we can stay in fourth. Because straight away I'm changing back up. And I think the same here. I think rather than change to third, we'll stay in fourth. Although, a little bit too much speed through there. I'm trying to... It seems a lot of the time, the gears I use in the Audi, I'm one up in this. So when I'm in third, I should be in fourth in this, like there. That's what it feels like. I don't think we've got enough time to finish the lap. That was a poor lap anyway. Ignore the time, the best time for this car, because that is wrong, considering what we did previously. Okay, we should have stayed in third, which seems so alien. Should have stayed in third on that corner. Simple things you're used to in certain cars then feel really alien when you're in other cars. Stay in second. We'll be a bit more careful with the accelerator there. I don't want to go too heavy on it, because you just over accelerate very quickly. Which then can lead to spin. Alright, let's see how we do. Not going down to second. Feel like I've overcooked it a bit there. We're a second up though. Okay, we're gonna stay in fourth, which is what I've been thinking is the better gear through there, which seems a bit more control. I did change down there. I probably should have stayed in fourth again. We're still a second up, which is a madness. I didn't think we'd be anywhere near our Audi TT time, but we are. Race starts. We couldn't finish the lap. I think this car is the Sirocco is faster than the Audi TT. I think we could beat our best time in the Sirocco, which feels really odd, but I think we could. Which means we probably go quicker in the Audi. Okay. Oh yeah, microtransactions are in there, but mainly for cosmetics. They're not for anything more. Thank you for the most recent like, whoever that was. By the way, thank you very much. I've just noticed likes have gone up. Thank you for that. But yeah, Avengers game, the cosmetics, are all microtransactions, which it's your choice to buy. You can't complain about microtransactions when it's your choice. I never buy them. But when it's a choice, it doesn't affect gameplay, it doesn't make you better, it doesn't make you finish it quicker. I don't see the issue. That's the personal choice to buy them then. The grindy side of it, we've seen a little bit in our playthrough of it. That's the bit we're now stuck on. We need to grind to get one part. Everyone who bought the deluxe knew all the DLCs were coming for free. They've said all the way along, all new characters are free. That hadn't changed. They've always said that. Okay, so just to check on where we are with driver rating, we need 800 driver rating to gain a place. We're qualifying 6th, mainly because someone's just dropped out. So we're qualifying 6th. Is there any names we recognise? Yeah, Platino, 73. He's the guy that forced his way through, even though he's in the faster car. So we know he can be a bit iffy if he gets behind you. Sniper Lion was behind us by about a second last time. Anything else? I don't really see anyone. 1:35.6. That is an amazing qualifying time. So he's going to be out of our league. So he can go. No point trying to compete. Everyone else is quite close grouped together. Ben Hutch is probably a lot quicker than us by the looks of it. But this Sirocco, in qualifying, seemed very fast. Let's see if we can do it justice in race. And depending on how we do in race, I probably might give it a go again. Mainly because I want to see what the qualifying time would be. Obviously, we were ahead and we were nearly beating our Audi TT time before the race lobby started. Just run out of time. So I'm interested to see if this could beat it. But we'll see how we do in race first. 6th place start. 5 laps. Round the Red Bull ring. What can we do? Yeah, you can get most of the cosmetics by grinding, Keller. That's the thing. If you want them, you can just grind for them. We're against a lot of RCZs. But the guy ahead of us, in 5th, is in a Sirocco as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Got to remember, gear-wise, we're 1 higher than normal. That's the only way I can kind of read it, is 1 higher than normal for the gearing. I'm assuming I'm going to over-rev very quickly off the start. Let's find out. Yep, there we go. That's why I changed gear really quickly. Okay, we can brake a little bit later because the speed is a bit lower going into this corner. Right, we caught up on the back of these guys. We have got a car on behind us, right on our tail. I'm going to stay defensive on the inside. I'm wary of these cars turning into me though. But let's see what he does. If he's not going to make the move, we may not go inside. No, we'll stay on the outside. I could have stayed in second, but I should have stayed in second. Compromise my corner by changing down first. It's habit to first gear for that corner. So we lost a bit of time, but podium is still on. Third, fourth and fifth are ahead of us. Probably outbraked myself quite a bit there. We took it okay. We're all bunched up now, so this has got to be a bit careful of other people's braking zones. Kept it tight to the inside. He gave way there, which helped us. If he hadn't given way, I don't think we would have made it through. We got a little tap from behind there. Forced off as well. And this is where bad driving comes in. French guy was not having it there, as he forced us off. Right, we still kept it going here. But yeah, wary of that French guy, he is not going to let us pass very easily. And we got half a second for track limit. I took them really tight around that corner. That's going to knock us back. This car is good. It's a little bit difficult to drive. You've really got to get used to the gearing. Other than that, it is a nice car to drive. It's just knowing the gearing, which I think we'll get used to. Obviously I'm annoyed with this penalty because this is really going to upset the race. We definitely got a better corner through there. Again, look, let's see if he's going to... I wondered if he'd force us. He didn't force us. And we've still kept our position. I wondered if we would. Sniper line is still behind. Right, we need to play catch up now. Oh, he's got caught on the gravel. Is he going to let us past? Oh, I might have overcooked it. Can I hold it? I've held it. Yeah, he really got himself caught on the gravel. We overcooked the corner. And he's just hit us again. I don't know if I need to go down a third there. I feel like I don't. But it's just getting used to not, because it feels alien not to. We got a little bump from behind there again from him. We're up to fourth. Not the cleanest race so far, but not too bad. Right, we can't cut this as much as I did last time. I did cut it massively. We need to get a gap to the French guy behind. You know what he's like. He will hit us quite happily. He doesn't seem to mind doing it. Oh, he's got himself a penalty. I avoided him there because he had a penalty. I knew with a penalty, what is the point of defending? I'm only going past him because he's moved over. But yeah, he was steaming in there, and there was no point defending him and getting hit for no reason. Giving him plenty of room. I'm leaving him plenty of room. He forced us off there again. All I was doing was leaving him room. We're 6 seconds now behind third. We've got a car right on the inside now, after the others take their penalties. I've taken this quite wide just to leave the RCZ room. Okay, we're kind of coming into a bit of trouble. That was all because we were trying to take avoiding action and not get hit just then. Holding it round the inside. I'm trying not to force him off. Just managed to give each other enough space there. But I'm really slow out of that corner unless I go down a third. But third revs really quickly. Okay, not a bad lap. Time-wise, not fantastic. We're nowhere near the best times. We're 10 seconds off the leader. It's too much infighting going on to worry about lap time. We're just trying to hold position. Okay, very close to us there. Got to try and gain on the guy ahead of us. I don't know what flag that is, to be fair, ahead of us. But yeah, we've got to try and gain on him. Too much infighting going on though, that's the problem. That's what's slowing us down. But we were too nice, I think, in terms of not holding position. We were trying to avoid them hitting us when we should have just let them hit us. But I always try and avoid if I can. Vagel, we are catching Vagel, not by much, but we are. The car behind us, Paolo, is on our tail. Kind of overcut the corner a little bit. Can't go on the power as early as I wanted to there. I have gone down to third this time. I feel like I needed to, just to give myself the oomph. We're going to stay defensive. I'm staying on this side. I'm staying defensive. If he wants to go past, he can. I don't think he's going to have the oomph. He's not going to have the speed. We can move back in now. He is right behind us, which means he has a better speed than us. I think he's in the RCZ, which will have better straight line speed. Half a second penalty for the car ahead. That will give us that position, hopefully. We need to stay close though. We've got a car and a tail. Last lap. Can we hold this? Not a bad first corner. Poor on the changeover of gear. Second and a half behind Vagel. I want a fourth. I really want fourth. We're not going to get any higher than that. This penalty will help us if we can hold it round here. We just need a decent... Oh, we've got the other car's on us again. Paolo. RCZ is going to be faster in a straight line. Peugeot. We're both going to be on Vagel now. Vagel is going to be under pressure. What can we do? He braked very early there. I probably outbraked myself as well. Vagel's took it wide. This is going to be a big battle now. Everyone's jostling for position. Oh, Vagel's hit Paolo. We're going to try and sneak around the middle. Trying to hold it. We're being squeezed by two others. A little bit of argy-bargy here going on. I'm trying to keep it clean. Kind of being squeezed a little bit. Kind of kept position. We've got a car on a tail as well. So we'll come down these final corners. I don't know. I didn't try the lunge. I wasn't trying the lunge there. I think we're going to hold on to fifth. I don't know if I did something wrong towards the end there. I didn't try the lunge. I kind of took the inside and I don't know. I don't know if I forced him off. We'll finish fifth. Maybe should have given the position back to Paolo. I don't know. I don't know if I was in the wrong as such. But I felt a good race. Oh yeah, no, it was announced a long time ago. It's done well since then. I may apologise to Paolo for the end. I feel like, I don't know if I was in the wrong as such. The Sirocco though is a brilliant car. Gearing I've got to get used to. It can be very slidey, but in general, good car. I may just quickly apologise to Paolo. I know he's gone. Okay. I was going to apologise to him, but he's already gone. I will say well done to Vagel. Vagel did well. I always like to be nice to people. Someone's having a go at Platin. Platino, we've had issues with him previously. He finished down in 11th and lost some safety rating. But yeah, we knew about him. Vagel seems happy. I like to make friends with people on this and actually say thank you and well done. I don't see why. Right, we're going to go for the Sirocco game. I feel like we can beat our Audi TT time. And I will check up on driver rating. Where are we at? Fifth place hopefully would have gave us something. Yes, it did. We gained 500 driver rating. We are now 400 driver rating, just under from B. We gained 500 from that 5th place finish. So, we've got half an hour. We're looking at maybe 2 races tops. In 2 races, we need 2 really good finishes. A podium would do it. Would give us straight away B, back to driver lane B. But we haven't got much time to do this in. But the Sirocco, let's see if we can actually beat my Audi TT time. We kind of know the car a bit better after doing a race with it. Gear-wise, definitely know the difference. So I feel we can probably beat that time. But yeah, they changed the name because of marketing. They always have placeholder names for every game. And then they change the name closer to the time when the merchandise and advertising starts. It's like Valhalla wasn't originally called Valhalla, Assassin's Creed. It was something else first as a placeholder name. The same as there's already a placeholder name for the new Assassin's Creed game already doing circulation. It's already out there. But you can't take much notice of it because it doesn't always hold true. I feel like I braked too early there. We haven't got many laps to try and beat this time. 5 minutes to the next race. But I feel we can do it. It's really weird. I've not really used this car. We used it a bit last week. I think it was in Daily Race C. Had a little tap of the brakes there. I probably shouldn't have done. A little bit early on the acceleration though, although I came off and then on again. That's never a good thing to on and off acceleration there. Right, we're sticking in 4th through here. Kind of worked better for us in the race. This is the one that I'm not sure of gear-wise, because I go down to 3rd, very quickly back to 4th. But I found 4th doesn't seem to give you any torque, or enough torque through the corner. That's why I kind of feel I have to change gear through there. More than I should. And again, I think I'm changing gear too much there. I probably could stay in 4th. Okay, what time are we looking for? This is our first lap. Scrappy, not fantastic. 1:37.4, right. Can we beat our best? We need 700ths of a second to beat it. I feel it's definitely doable. Obviously, brakes early up here, so we don't want to do that again. We can brake a little bit later. 2nd gear is ideal. I feel we can beat it. I don't know how much by. Some cars give you that feeling though that they, you can go faster than you are in them. That's not good. We went a little bit wide on exit. That will affect the time. We were ahead until that point. Not by much. Yeah, I've messed that corner up as well. Too much speed, didn't brake early enough. So we won't be beating it this lap. It's kind of going to give us one more lap to try and see if we can beat the Audi TT time. And if we don't, I'll be disappointed because I feel this car should. Tried this corner in 4th. I normally drop to 3rd. It wasn't too bad. Obviously I've messed the line into the corner up anyway. Maybe do stay in 4th to speed up. Okay, this has to be our flying lap. We're not going to have time for a second one afterwards. If we want to beat the Audi time, this is it. We need 700ths of a second. Cut that massively. That doesn't mean that's a good thing by any stretch. No, it's not a good thing. We're not going to get another lap. I've retried, mainly because the only way we're going to get a decent lap and we need a retry. Otherwise we wouldn't have the time to get another hot lap in. We would have run out of time otherwise. We're just going to have enough time for a hot lap. So this is it. One and done lap. Can we beat the Audi TT before the race starts? I kind of feel I could stay in 3rd there, which seems really alien again. It's learning that what I did in the Audi isn't alien if you do it differently. That's the big thing. Better second corner. A lot better second corner there. Okay, we need to get this correct if we can. This could be on. We could be on for the really good time, which would also help our chance of getting back to B. Obviously, the higher up you start, the easier it becomes. As long as you have good race pace, that is. Still gone down to third. I was saying to stay in fourth there, weren't I? Don't hope I didn't track extend too much through there. I think we're okay. I'm pushing. I am pushing. That's the thing. I'm trying to push, but not be silly with it. Just want to see if we can beat this time. Don't think we're gonna. I don't think it's gonna be done. 1:36.9. I feel like if we could have done a couple more laps, we probably could have done. It's not going to turn my optimal. A couple more laps, we probably could. I've beaten it. But we've run out of time. We're going to stick with the Sirocco, I think. I'm kind of favouring that one now more over the Audi. But we'll see how we're doing this race. Like I say, we don't need much to get back into B. We've got roughly 2 races. I should only do 1, but we may do 2. It's taken a little while to load into lobby, I will say that. Considering last time we was on for a really hot lap, about to be a time, the lobby started dead on. Whereas it's now preparing to match. And yes, we are going backwards whilst in first gear. I've not pressed anything, but it's now decided to roll backwards at 5 miles an hour. Right, there we go. Lobby time. Let's see who we're in with. Does anyone recognise? We're looking out for the Geordie stick. If we do see him, we've got to say hello. We're in the Sirocco. He's qualified 3rd. Wow, imagine if we'd beaten our time. That would have been even hard. Platino is in with us as well. That's not what we wanted. We know how he can be. So we've got to be wary of him. Everyone's very careful. So the guy in first, Georgel Robica in the RCZ, he's 600th of a second faster than everyone else, straight off the bat. So 2nd, 3rd and 4th are all around the same. I know, us and the guy ahead of us, Niximus, are very similar times. And then go back a little bit more for the 1:37s. Platino, we know what he's like. We've got to be very careful in the braking zones with him. He will take you out. He doesn't care. Everyone else could be interesting. Could be a good race. We're starting in 3rd though. Imagine if we'd increased that and improved their time. How much better would that have been? But let's see what we can do. It's going to be an interesting race for sure. I'm kind of, yeah, I want a top 3. We want a podium. A podium would get us back to B rated. Which is what we're after. Being the highest split. I just don't know if top 3 would be enough. There's no B rated with us, which is worrying. Normally you'd have other B rated drivers, because if you can beat them you get more driver rating. All C's, and that's all high C's. But yeah, if anyone knows what happened to Geordie Stig, let me know, or if he's still in the chat, which I don't think he is. Let me know what happened to you. Kind of disappeared. We dropped some driver rating and kind of lost you in the splits. Right, 3rd place start. So it's a very good start for us. We've got to really be on it from the start. First corner is going to be dangerous, as always. But we can do this. And Niximus, we saw him before, didn't we? We had a big fight with him last time. He is in the same car as us. I think that was the last race was in the same one. So yeah, we know what he's like. He can be a bit iffy at times, but keep it clean as much as we can. Oh, I was a bit slow through the first corner there. That wasn't good on our part. I was a little bit heavy on the braking. RCZ now on our outside. Danny 25. Trying to take advantage. That was my mistake at the start. Lost 2 positions now. Platino diving straight up. We all know what he's like. Does that every race. Dive bombs, use other cars as his brakes. Does it every time. Okay, this race has gone from a podium finish to not very good at this point. Elu there didn't see anyone on his inside. Danny kind of just went deep. Didn't really brake early enough. I can see this being a really bad race, not just for us, but in terms of everyone. Just by the start, first lap, everyone's already hitting each other and just dive bombing. So we just need to try and keep it clean, let them make the mistakes. But we've lost their 3rd place start on the first lap. We're now down in 7th. That's a horrendous start, all thanks to my first corner and just braking too much. Elo's gone wide. That may be a penalty. The track limits. Got a poor corner there as well. I'm hoping he gets a penalty. There we go. 1.5 seconds for track limit extension. Where's he going? I think he's braking too much for the first corner. Oh, he's quit. Got 1.5 second penalty, then quit. He weren't staying after that. It's his own fault. Right, we're up to 6th. Still 3 positions down on where we started. We need to gain. And we know Platino's doing his usual thing by the looks of things. We're catching up to this group. That was a poor rejoin by the car ahead of us there. He really just went ahead of everyone else. I think Platino's got a 2 second penalty for something. There's a lot of argy-bargy going on in this group ahead of us, which is good for us. Because the 2nd place is still there. 1st is getting away. We're not worried about 1st. We want a podium. So anything... I've looked down the inside here, he didn't look. We had the inside. Held in nicely. He's not going to see us. I've backed off. He didn't give us room previously, so I didn't think he was going to give us room again. So I backed off there. But Platino's now going to take his penalty. And he's got half a second penalty, the guy ahead of us, Danny. So we don't have to worry too much about making a move because he's got half a second. Although he's gone deep. So this is when you need to drive intelligently. He's got another penalty, that's a second. So I don't need to worry about making a move because we know we're going to gain the position. As long as we don't lose time behind him, we don't need to worry about making a really silly move. I'll let him fight with Niximus though, quite happily. Because if them two fight, will bring us into it. But we know Danny's got the penalty. Oh, he's going to make the move. This is when you don't do things like that. You've got a penalty, why make the move? There's no need to when you know you've got about to take a penalty. Because you're going to lose the position. Right, it's us and Niximus. Niximus started in 2nd, we started in 3rd. Both in the same Sirocco. We've braked a lot earlier than he has. He's overcooked it, he's into the gravel. He was trying to hold the speed into the corner. We're up into the podiums. Up into 3rd, this is where we started. But we messed up the start. And this is what we need if we want to get back to B rated. Which may say we should leave Platimo behind as well. If we get up to B rated, we shouldn't have him in a lobby anymore. It's definitely what we don't want. We get away with it away from people like that. Right, we just need to keep this going though. We need the rest of the race clean. 2 laps to go. We can still catch 2nd. I don't need to push ever so hard. I'm happy with a 3rd. Obviously, second is better. But I don't need to mess up by pushing too much. Any mistakes now may cost us later on. Danny is still catching. That was their best lap of the race, a 1:37.4. I feel I take that corner really slowly. This is really weird. Right, Danny is catching, that's a worry. We can still lose this podium to Danny. Platino's behind him again. We know what Platinum does. He will just dive bomb in any corner. Including this one. We're trying to take it nicely. I think he tried again there actually, looking at the thing. Right, I'll hold him a line. He's going to have the inside for this next corner. The RCZ is quicker in a straight line, we know this. He messed this corner up last time. Braked earlier this time. We're giving him room. Got to give him room around the inside there. Right, we've lost third, we're into fourth, but we will have his slip in the long straights. So that's something. We just need to stay on him now. Oh, he's going to mess this corner up. He went very deep there, didn't he? We got right in his bumper at that point. Had to back off a little bit, we were getting far too close to him. 1 and a bit laps to go. It's going to be close finish, whatever happens. We know where Platino is, and he's right behind us. And we also know what he's like. So that is a concern, especially into this first corner. Right, I'm not going defensive. Danny has gone defensive. I'm not worried about going defensive here. I think I know where we're better on the corners. I'm staying third. I've been going down to second there, and I feel we've been really slow into there. So I've held third that time. Right, Platino will dive bomb here. Guaranteed. We have to be aware of that and be very careful, because he will ruin our race. I think he tried it by the looks of it. I don't think he managed to hold it. He didn't try like he used to. Right, we're losing time now. We've got a second, 1.2 seconds. Plano is gaining on us. He's going to go on the inside here. I'm going to try the old over-under. I'm going to try and keep it tight to the inside. We know he is not exactly the cleanest driver. A little touch on his bumper there as he brakes more than I was expecting. We're down into fifth. So a net loss of 2. This isn't that good. We had a podium at one point. Kind of got a bit argy-bargy and we messed up the first corner. That probably cost us more than we thought it would have done. We thought we'd recovered enough. That may be a penalty for what I just did there. Try to see if I can take a quicker line. 5th place finish. Not brilliant. Could have, but everyone around us are penalties. Unfortunately, we didn't do as well as we did as the qualifying. Yeah, first corner, braked too much. Lost too much time in that first corner. We should have done better than that. Platino, Danny finished 3rd in the end. He started 2nd. No, he didn't. Where is the guy that... Niximus did not finish, he quit. I didn't know he quit, he started 2nd. The guy in 1st was always a natural winner. We got another clean race. I don't know how that affected driver rain. I couldn't even guess at this point how that affected driver rain. So it'd be interesting to see how we look on that. We've got probably time for one more race, which is what we'll do. We didn't lose anything. No one's criticising anyone by the looks of it. So that's something. Okay, we're going to stick with the Sirocco, I think, because I think it is the better car. You can definitely mix it with the RCZs. So one more race for the stream. We're in the Sirocco again. Let us have a look at driver rating. We are into daily. We're into B. We're quite a way into B. Well, I say quite a way. We're not really. We're a little bit into B. So now we probably start quite lower down. But we're back into B-rated driver rating. So we finally did it. We're back there. That 5th place was enough. We gained 2,000 driver rating in that last race for that 5th place. Right, now we're in B. We need to push B. Basic Ollie has now done a lap, and he has done a 1:35.1. Basic Ollie is immense in terms of lap times. We're nowhere near his level. He's on a wheel. Not that that makes that much difference, but he's so much quicker than us. Overcut the corner. If that's a penalty, we'll retry, just so we get another lap in rather than want to take a penalty for a lap. No, we're okay. Right, can we beat the Audi TT time? I'm sure we can go quicker. I feel it. Feel it in my bones. Right, we're sticking in 3rd. As I feel the Sirocco in 3rd is better through there. Feels better. I think that's where we're going to gain some time. 2nd gear for the 2nd corner. But we've done what we set out to do today. We checked out the new daily races, mainly this one. We did have a look at A. It wasn't that good. We haven't looked at C, mainly because I'm not a fan of the track. But the Red Bull Ring, I love this track. Not a fan of the people driving it at the minute, but other than that, it's not a bad set of daily races this week. If people drive safely and give each other space and, you know, just do the normal things we would do in a race. Be nice to each other. You don't have to yield, but just think of others. Look in your mirrors. I think it could be a good week. Daily race B. Okay, well, I don't even know what time we're on for. I feel this is good. I feel it is a very good lap, but I don't know. No, not as good as we've done previously. Very close. Can we beat it? We've got a couple more laps before the race starts to try and beat it. I feel we're very slow through there. No, it wasn't as slow as I thought it was. We're up already. We've got a chance to beat our best time, which is what we need. We're now going to B. We need a faster qualifying. As the race itself will be faster. Sirocco is definitely a good car though. I'm enjoying using it. As I say, we've not really used it before. Once you get used to the gearing and the way it accelerates and revs, it's not a bad car. Okay, we lost a bit of time on the exit there. May have overkicked the corner a little bit there. We were up at the start of this lap, we're now down. So not the best ending to the lap. Middle of the lap kind of lets go. We've got about one more lap in us to see if we can beat our best. Probably don't need to change down the 3rd there, to be honest. Right, we've got one lap left in us before the lobby's going to be too late to start. We've come close to being our best. Can we do it this time? See what we can do. Poor start of the lap though. I don't know if that's going to be it's going to mess us up, I think. As long as there's no penalty for that, we're okay. Sometimes you get one for track extension. Can't exactly see how we're up or not a lot of the time because of the number plate. Affects where the time is. Not the best corner for us, I don't feel. I don't think we're going to beat it. I feel we've messed up the 2nd corner and the 1st. We need some really good, amazing corners now. I definitely didn't make that corner good either. No, track extension. Will come off. We were very close. 1/100th of a second close to our best time. Just not quite enough. So we've got a minute before the lobby starts. We're 1600 seconds off Basic Ollie's time, and Basic Ollie is definitely a benchmark to look at with a 1:35.1. And we are 1:34.699. Isn't the Corvette as well? 1:34. We're 2 seconds basically off the top times in the world, which is within my 3-second benchmark. So that's not too bad. Before we start the race, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that has joined the stream today, whether it was the morning Assassin's Creed Odyssey stream or this afternoon's GT Sport stream. Very much appreciated. Gained a subscriber and lost a subscriber all in one day, eh? It's always good. We were at 95 subscribers, we're now down to 94. Whether that was the same person who took it up to 95, I don't know. But whoever it was, I hope it didn't offend you. I don't know what I would have said. Right, last race of the stream. Let's see what we can do. Can we get that podium position? I don't think we've managed a podium so far. I think 4th is our best finish this stream. Podium has eluded us. Let's see what we can do. Right, we're starting 3rd. So these will be a whole new group of people. I don't think we've met many of these people before. Well, not for a while. We were in B previously, but they're not going to be the same group of people from before. So we don't know how they race. We don't know how clean they are. It is going to be an interesting one. I'm surprised their lap time is still good enough to start so high. That's what I'm not surprised by. I thought we'd be a lot lower down, moving up to driver A and B, but we're not. We're around the same as before, to be fair. First place Toto T475, 400th of a second ahead of us. Welder Man is only slightly, and I mean slightly ahead by 0.002 of a second. So yeah, not bad. It's going to be a close race. Most car people wanted in RCZ, Audi, McGann, Sirocco, RCZ, TT, TT, Sirocco, RCZ. Bit more of a mix. The M4 I'm not fussed about. It's going to be a TT, RCZ and Sirocco. The McGann is up there though. Whether it's good, I don't know. Another car we don't use very often. Right, last race of the stream. Can we get this all elusive podium? We need to be better in this first corner. I need to be a bit more aggressive, I think. Not brake so early. I'm trying not to get hit or hit anyone else, so I kind of back off, and I probably shouldn't. I should be more aggressive into the corner. Can we get that elusive podium to finish the stream, though? That's the question. Right, so here we go. What's your bets? Can we get that elusive podium for the stream to finish off, or am I going to mess it up once more? What do people think? If it was me, I'd bet on messing up, but I'm having confidence. Let's try it. Let's get this all elusive podium. Welder Man, Toto ahead. This first corner where the problem lies. Can't be too polite. Definitely not as polite there. I tried to hang it up the inside. Just not to make a move, but just to warn him I'm there. These two are fighting heavy. I've got a car on a tail though. I'm staying defensive. We'll stay on the inside of this corner. Whether he gives me the space, I've no idea. As I say, we haven't raced in this split, so I don't know how these people race. He gave us space. Another car sneaked in the inside though. German is trying. Welderman has got past the German into first. German is weaving around the place, trying to get some position. German's hit Welderman off. That wasn't very nice of the German there. He hit him straight off, and no penalty. This is the problem with the penalty system now, though, isn't it? As we've all been aware of. I'm keeping it tight to the inside, and we've taken third there. I don't think there was any contact at all there either. We just held it tight to the inside. Okay, we've got to chase down these two now. Be aware the German did hit Welderman off. We know he does it, so we have to be aware of them. We've got a car on our inside as well. They've both gone wide. Oh, we've been squeezed. Managed to hold it there. Couldn't turn in like I wanted to after being squeezed there. Has anyone got penalties? This will be the big thing. Don't think anyone got penalties. I'm surprised by. We're straight on the back of Toto now. We've got a gap as well to the car behind. We know what Toto is like though, we've seen him previously. I want him to go defensive. I don't mind him going defensive. If he's not looking, I don't know if he knows we're here. I'm trying not to turn into him. He was not given space. I was trying to give him as much as possible there. I think I did a good job. We know he bumps people off. That's something we've got to be aware of. We also need to be getting away from the cars behind. I don't mind having a two-horse race, I do not want to fight. So we'll bring the cars behind us back into it. I've had a look at the inside, I wasn't trying to, but he brakes a lot more than we did. He was a lot quicker through there than us. We're having a good race so far. We need to hold this though. No silly games. And no penalties for track extension, that's what we need. Right, we're on the tail of Toto. We seem to do better out that last corner than he did. He's moved across. We've got the fastest lap of the race now. I had to back off because he weaved back in front and braked. That's okay. We have got the fastest lap of the race, that's something. That shows we have the race speed in the Sirocco. I braked early because I was aware of him braking. We took him on the inside there. Over the sleeping policeman. Got the position. That was a lovely overtake. I wasn't expecting that in that corner. He seemed to turn a bit deep. Right, we need to hold it now. I don't want to have to spend the rest of the race defending. That's the only thing. Trying to hold it around the inside here. Seems to have done so. Well, I think we're faster in a couple of corners than he is. Doesn't mean we can let up. We've got to try not to make mistakes now. Keep it consistent and tight. But we're in first. He is on our tail though. That's something we have to be aware of. We're even faster than our fastest lap currently. First place. I was not expecting this. I was just happy for podium. But we need to hold him off. Obviously we've seen him punch someone off already. So it's something we're aware of. I went defensive a little bit there. Kind of upset my line into the corner. I wasn't expecting to overtake where we did. That was definitely not a plan. He just seemed to go very deep. Okay. 2 laps to go. He is gaining and he is going to catch here. I'm wary of him. Obviously I've got to turn in slower because we can't turn in where he would because of where he was. So that's fine. We're still going to be slipstream. I think he's in the RCZ as well. Better straight line speed. We can take him in the corners and that's the important part. Sensible about this now. We're straight on his tail. We're going to try and use the corners where we're faster to our advantage. We've got just over a second to the car behind as well. So they're not an issue with slipstream, but they are an issue if we fight too much. There's nothing I could have done in that first corner. So we're always going to let him pass. Obviously RCZ is going to be quicker. Straight line speed is better. Cornering isn't. So that's where we have the advantage, if we can take advantage of it. But I also don't want to push too much and mess up our chance of a podium. Podium is better than nothing. We were very slow through there though. We lost a lot of time through there. Final lap. I don't know whether the wind's on. We need him to make a mistake, I think, now. We were very slow for that last corner. Spanish guy, Javi Molo, something like that. Third place. We've got a second on him. We're a second and a half behind Toto. I don't think it's enough. I just think the RCZ is just too quick along the straight. We need to be a lot closer to him at this point. Unless he makes an almighty error. We're not close enough to force him to do so, which is unfortunate. I'll take a second place. We've only just got back to B rated. So, for me, a podium in our first race back in B is fantastic. Obviously, a win would be good, but it's unlikely at this point. We'll try and, we're pushing though. Probably a little bit too much there. Try and hold the car. Can't lose too much time. I'm wary of a car behind us. We're still on for fastest lap though. We hold the fastest lap so far. And we're now ahead of that. I'm amazed we're on for the fastest lap. So some consolation at least. If he doesn't beat our fastest lap, that is. Okay. No penalty. Did that nicely, I think. Just under a second to the car behind. That should be a second place finish. There it is. Have we? Oh, Toto beats our fastest lap on the last lap as well. But what a race. Go, go, go. Good job. Thank you very much, Cathy. That was probably our best race of the stream. First race in Driver A and B. Back up to where we were a little while ago. And we come second. A podium. Our first podium of the stream in the last race of the stream. And our first race in B. How good is that? And in the underpowered car. The RCZ is overpowered in this race. We know this, but we tried to use other cars. Look at that. Fantastic win. Second clean race in a row. Could I have kept the German at bay? Could I have kept first place once we took it? Probably not. The RCZ was just too quick. I could have been a bit more aggressive when he went past in the first corner of the third lap, or the third or fourth lap. I probably could have been a bit more aggressive. But was it worth it? Probably not. I'll say thank you to him. He didn't do anything wrong to us. I know he hit someone else off, but he didn't hit us off, did he? So I'm happy with that. I will drive a rain in a second. I thought that was a really good race for us. He hit Welderman off, didn't he? That's who he hit off. So Welderman finished in 7th in the end. Well done. Perfect. A good race. Very good race. Right, we will check to see what car we got given for finishing the daily mileage. And we're going to have a quick chat about the rest of the week before we finish. I will just check. Driver aim. We gained 1,000 driver aim for that second place. A bit more comfortable into B now. So, yeah, we've not had many wins. We gained a Toyota 86. I think I've already got one. Loads of cars I don't even look at. But yeah, very good for us. I'm happy with what we've achieved. The race has been really good as well. The only thing I will do, we need to find a player. There was a driver, he joined us in chat earlier. I'm assuming he's not. I don't know if he was the one that did the subscribed and then disappeared. I don't know. I was going to try and find him. I don't know how you find drivers. I was just going to find him and follow him, but I don't know how to find people on this. I've never really looked. Right, just a quick chat before we finish the stream for today. Thank you to all the likes for the stream and I would say the new subscribers, but we've kind of lost subscribers as well as gained them. But thank you anyway. I do appreciate everyone that joins in any way, shape, or form. It's been good chatting to people, especially new people. Kathy, thank you for joining us. It's been nice to talk to you. Keller, as always, fantastic. So tomorrow morning, my headphones. I don't know if this stream sounds really echoey, but my headphones feel it. Bear with me a second. I've just adjusted them. When I talk, it feels really echoey in my headphones, but then I don't hear the stream in my headphones. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I know. Right. So going forward this week, enjoyed it. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Kathy. It was good to have you. I do like GT Sport. It's one of those things. I started off YouTube doing GT Sport races, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Just making the odd video, and it really helped me through a few things at the time. And then, I then got hurt recently, and now can't go to work. So because of that, I now stream more. But I never intended to do anything else but GT Sport videos. It's one of those weird things. So it's always something I enjoy doing. I'm not very good at it. I openly admit I'm not the fastest. But I enjoy it, and that's the big thing. You've got to enjoy it, otherwise what is the point? I will do this. Whenever I sit down to talk about anything, I then go off on massive tangents all the time. So, rest of the week. Tomorrow morning, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We'll do a normal 4-hour stream tomorrow morning of that, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning UK time. There's videos planned all week now. Apex Legends, there's 3 videos checking out the automatic rifles for the light weapon category. And there's 2 discovery videos for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. One each day this week. I was just trying to put them in there, schedule them, they're done. There they are. But live stream wise, there will be a stream tomorrow morning, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. A good 4-hour stream. We've got to finish Arcadia before probably doing the Olympic mission next. The afternoon stream. Now, I'm looking at doing Avengers in the afternoon, is my original plan. But we are aware of obviously this update for Assassin's Creed coming. I fully believe it'll be Thursday. I do not think it'll be any other time. There we go. March 16th. I've just looked on Twitter just to see. Assassin's Creed Valhalla title update 1.2.0 launches tomorrow, March 16th. So this is live on Twitter now. So I'll just read the tweet itself, okay? Title update launches tomorrow, March 16th. Okay? The Ostara Festival begins March 18th. So the Ostara Festival doesn't start until the 18th of March, but the update launches tomorrow. Transmog change appearance is added as of tomorrow's update. Close camera option added. New skills, game improvements, 12GB to 18GB update depending on platform. That is a big update. And do you know what? The one thing I really like is all the Assassin's Creed Facebook groups that I've been commenting with. Someone says, oh, the Wrath of Druids is coming next week or this week. And I've been saying, no, it's not. And it was, oh, no, you don't know what we're talking about. To be fair, I'm happy that I read because that's where I got it from. I'm just going to retweet it. But yeah, amazing. Everyone's asking when is the first DLC coming out, and the reply is we'll share details about this soon. But yes, so Transmog is now here. So they're being criticised for not releasing the Wrath of the Druids because it's St. Patrick's Day. Which is weird. I don't know why people criticise this. Ubisoft have made their choice. We know the Ostara Festival begins in real life. The Ostara Festival begins March 22nd or March 19th. It's around that, between March 19th and March 22nd. So they're doing it for that. So it makes sense. If you don't know, the Ostara Festival in real life is the pagan festival of Easter. Although it's not Easter. But it's to do with that. I did read up on it. So tomorrow is the update, but the festival doesn't begin till March 18th. So we can now plan a little bit for this week, can't we? So my thinking is Odyssey tomorrow morning, Avengers tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday Odyssey in the morning. We'll do something in the afternoon. I'm not sure what. We've got plenty of choices. And then Thursday, I don't know what time that festival will begin. That's something that hasn't been said, which is a little bit annoying. Because I can't plan the stream for Thursday without knowing. If it's a morning start, we will stream it in the morning. If it's an afternoon, we'll start in the afternoon. So I'm just looking at any other details. Oh, okay. So the Asara Festival will be available from March 18th to April the 8th. It will feature Bloomy Raisensthorpe with unique side activities such as egg hunts and special rewards. Provide more details about the Asara season content in the First Look article coming March 18th. So there's a First Look article probably the morning of March 18th. Oh, you have to pay to change items' appearance at Gunner's Blacksmith, 50 silver. And they'll be marked with a star in your inventory if you've done. There'll be 3 new skills: Fearless Leaper, Raven's Loot. Full details are on the Twitter page, are on the Twitter and Ubisoft's main page as well. What I will do, I will share that on on the Soldier Boy Discord as well, which I'm doing right now. I could go through reading it, but I'm sure you guys would rather read it for yourselves. So I will put that in the Discord channel. For anyone who's already in the Discord, for all the updates for it. So yeah, so that's kind of planned for us the week. So it's Odyssey tomorrow morning, Avengers tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday Odyssey in the morning. I don't know how many more hours we're going to need to put into Odyssey before we hit the DLC. So I still think quite a bit, 30, 40 hours probably. So we won't do this, finish it this week. Wednesday afternoon, we've got a bit of a choice, so we'll play a little bit by ear. And then Thursday, either morning or afternoon. Oh, what is my time now? It is 4:15 in the afternoon, UK time, Monday. So 4:15 for me. So I'm 5 hours ahead of you. I've got a couple of people that join in the streams, like Mad Max, who are also in America as well. And we streamed Apex together, and yeah, he's 5 hours ahead. So yeah, we're a little bit ahead of you. So my morning streams, unfortunately for you, I'm assuming you don't watch them live, do you? Because that would be like early hours in the morning, I'm assuming for you. But I would assume the festival will go live about midday on Thursday. No, you don't. Okay, cool. I did notice the views were going up after the streams. You know, it's nice to actually chat to you live, though. That's the big thing. Yeah, too early, absolutely. But it's nice to chat to you live. So yeah, I would assume the festival will go live midday, but we don't know for sure. So the plan will be Thursday, probably Odyssey in the morning, and then the festival in the afternoon, depending on when it is live. Normally it's around midday. But that is our thinking for the week, roughly. Obviously it is open to change and interpretation. We'll see what happens. But by the sounds of it, we have some news on the Valhalla update at last. You was hoping I could watch Valhalla live with us. You probably will. So I would say it will go live midday, Thursday. For me, midday my time, sorry. Because that's what normally happens. So we will start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which will be... What time's that yours? 5 hours from 1. My maths has gone out the window. I'm good at maths, and my maths can't work. 1 o'clock in the afternoon would be 7 or 8 in the morning for you. We will probably do an evening stream as well that evening, depending how good the festival is and how buggy it is. If there's not 8 a.m., is that too early for you? It will depend on how the festival is. If it's not buggy, an evening stream could work as well. We could do an afternoon and an evening. You know, try and get as much into it as possible. I don't know how long the festival stuff will take, the missions and things. It's not too early. Oh, it's 8 o'clock, good. Okay. So the aim will be to stream in the afternoon then, Thursday afternoon. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Unless anything changes. We know what Ubisoft is like. And not just Ubisoft, other developers. Things change. Things go wrong. Things happen. So yeah, the aim will be to try and stream it Thursday afternoon, is the plan. I could just waffle on for ages, and this is why I don't generally do much of this after a stream, because I will just waffle quite happily. I'm glad they've actually released some information though. Let's just check what the Assassin's Creed groups are saying, because I'm guaranteed they're normally going hell for leather over this kind of stuff. Sounds good. Good. No one's putting it on there. How is no one putting it on? I'm really surprised none of the Assassin's Creed groups have actually put about the update coming Thursday. Normally everyone does. I'm really surprised. I may have to post it into the Assassin's Creed groups. Right, anyway, while I'm doing this, I'll leave the stream. I will just waffle on, and, you know, that's not fair on anyone at this point. So thank you everyone who's joined us today. It's been an amazing stream. As it always is with you guys, to be honest. Whether admin will accept the post is a different story, isn't it? Yeah, another fantastic stream as always. Thank you all for the new people that joined us. It was nice to chat to some of the new people. Kathy, nice to chat to you. So, I'm trying to do too many things at once. People are already criticising the fact it's a festival. That'll be going on a while, I'm sure. People will be complaining it's only a festival and not the Wrath of the Druids like they wanted. Right, anyway, I will just waffle, so we're going to stop. Thank you all very much. It's been another amazing stream. Thank you for the new likes, new subscribers, the new chats. It's been good. It's been a pleasure as always. So we're live again tomorrow morning with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and tomorrow afternoon will be the Avengers. I can't see that changing. We already know the dates and the times of the update, so that won't affect that. So yeah, Avengers tomorrow afternoon. We'll try and get back into that and do a bit more of that. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Keller. Thank you to everyone who I don't know who's still in chat. But thank you all very much. Massively appreciated. And I will see you all next time. Thank you, Kathy. I will. You too. Have a good morning and afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all very much. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.